for some. Anyway, let's get going here with the dance. Alright. Woo! Woo! Okay, hello guys. Hello. Okay, I'll talk to y'all very shortly. I'm gonna move the camera so we're closer for the reviews. But hey, this is a warning, so please don't puke because of me moving the camera. Here we go. You've been warned. Here we go. Don't worry. We'll do it together. It'll be okay. Oh no, Stevie, don't die. Octonode, what up, everybody? Yeah, I missed a bunch, so I'm gonna go. She froze, but I think it's working now. Refresh, you good, nice. Hello, Susie Q, thank you for dropping by, appreciate it. Hell yeah, I'm gonna shout out Susie Q. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if they're a streamer, honestly, but I like to. It's a shout out for the cool people there, so I think it's applicable still. Hell yeah, shout out Stevie. There we go. Rock and roll, baby. All right. Don't die, Stevie. Hello, yo, G-Bergs, everyone's here. Hi, Stacy. Not that one right now. Hello, Octonode. Hello, everybody. This is awesome. I'm working on it. Thanks. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. On your streaming, excellent then. I'm glad we shouted you out then. Shout out Stacy. I'm sure there's a Stacy out there that appreciates that shout out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. There's a lot to talk about, so we better just get into it. Talking about Master of None. We'll be having some guest speakers today, as per usual. It's been relatively regular, but I think this is one of the ones they don't want to talk about, which is fair. Master of None. It's a show with Aziz Ansari. From Netflix, but this new season's completely different. And we'll get into that. Ooh, nice fish. You like the fishy? Thank you, thank you. It was a prize at Rutgers. It was one of the top prizes at Rutgers. Oh yeah. Very satisfying. Getting that fish lamp. Anyway, Akon, nice work with the shoutouts. All right, but yeah, we'll have people join in, and if anyone wants to join the Discord, which shit, I don't even know if this is actually gonna work. This Discord. Oh, never mind. That link I just sent doesn't even work. However, I can send one that does. What I'm saying is, if people want to talk to me about movies, they can talk to us in the Discord, and they can come on the air, if you will, if you want to. But yeah, I should have changed that. I'll have to change that tonight or tomorrow for the next stream. But for now, I can just do this. And we can say, hey guys, if you want to join the Discord, it's here. You know, bada boom, bada bing. And we can talk about, if you want to talk about this show. Anyway, I'll just get into it. This show, I like the first 2 seasons a lot more, but at the same time, this 3rd season seems like a completely different show. I think Aziz was trying to do something different with it. The first 2 are, this is going to be mostly about the 3rd season, because I haven't watched the first 2 seasons since they came out. And this show is staggered. It's more like a British show that they do the seasons when they're ready, not one after another. So, which I appreciate. I like that approach to it for sure. But this show, it just wasn't funny at all this season, and it was like pretty funny for the first and second season. And you know, the first 2 seasons I remember being cool. I remember them doing some different things even with those seasons, where it's a comedy about Dev, who is Aziz's character, and he's a struggling actor, and there's all sorts of comedy through different situations with him, but there's some other supporting characters. And in this season, the main focus is one of the supporting characters. I'm gonna look it up. Degrassi. I'm only here for trouble. We got a lot to talk about today, but we'll get there. I was sort of saving them for the end, but if you want me to get to them, let me know. If you gotta do something or whatever, and we'll get to it. But I was saving not necessarily the best for last, but the most exciting for last for everybody to talk about it. Anyway, I'm gonna look it up here. The Master of None. Not to be mixed up with Master of Disguise. Master of None on Wikipedia. And yeah, this 3rd season is just completely different. Like I said, the first 2 seasons are more like a situational comedy. And they did an interesting thing in one of those seasons where they just completely follow someone you don't think you're going to follow. And I like stuff like that. But this whole season is just following the relationship between 2 supporting characters. Lena Waithe is the actor, but the one of the main character, I guess, in this season, because it goes under the subtext or subtitle, Master of None presents, what was Somethings of Love or whatever it's called, Moments in Love. That's what it's called. So it's completely different. I would rate them completely differently because they're like different shows almost too. Nah, I'm good to wait. Awesome. Sounds good. Save it. Save the good times for the last. We'll get lit. I don't know if G-Berg's watched The Trouble. Nothing but Trouble. I don't know if he watched that one, but he watched Doom Patrol, I think. So we'll talk about that too. Anyway, right now we're still talking about Master of None with Aziz Ansari comedy drama. But yeah, like I said, the first 2 seasons, you should just count them as a completely different show because it's actually kind of funny. And not that I hated this, but it's definitely a different show. When you go in expecting one thing and you get another thing, leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth, I think. Just because it's kind of boring. It follows the relationship of these characters, Alicia, and I forget what the other character's name, but the one that Lena Waithe plays, they're in a relationship together, and it's just pretty realistic, like, depiction of a relationship. There's really hardly any camera movement, and there's a little bit every once in a while in this season, but it's mostly just planted down shots, nailed down shots, and like they go way longer than you maybe expect or want them to even. But I don't know, some of that adds like atmosphere and it's kind of nice, but some of it's just like, okay, we get it. She's sitting. There's literally there's a few shots like this, but this is just an example. There's a shot of Alicia, one of the members of this relationship, that's just sitting at a laundromat for I swear it's actually realistically 2 minutes, just the camera's planted on her and there's someone like doing their laundry in the background. And I don't know, it's just a little too boring, I think, at times. What up? You came in here because of the sign on my neck. What movie is this? It's not a movie. I know it's Movie Review Mondays. This is TV. Well, I'm doing a lot of TV today though too. It's Master of None. It's a TV show on Netflix with Aziz Ansari, but I'm talking about the 3rd season is almost like a different show. Aziz shows up for a little part. He comes to a dinner party in the 1st episode, and then he's talking with Lena Waithe's character at one point in like the 3rd or 4th episode, but he's not in it much. There's hardly any laughs. Shots, a little bit. Shots fired, if that's what you're saying. I appreciate you coming in, though. Drommels. What up? Welcome. Oh, I thought movie. I can't do series. Okay, fair enough. Then maybe don't watch this, especially this season, honestly. Like I'm saying, it's kind of boring. But, you know, for what he was trying to do something different, I think, so I guess he probably achieved what he wanted to do. It seems like cerebral, like to a point where it's like, do they need these really long shots, these long boring shots that go nowhere? I'm the Dutch Bacon. The Bacon Baron. Google me. I just might have to do that. And you could always whisper me a link, but I just might have to do that after the stream. But thanks for watching, Drommels. The Dutch Baron, welcome. I'm the booty doctor. Welcome to the stream. But no, Master of None is I would recommend the first 2 seasons, and I hope he does more, because at the end of the 2nd season of Master of None, it sort of leaves it at a cliffhanger, and then I was kind of excited for another season of it because I was like, because I still remember. I'm not gonna talk about that at all because we're more so talking about the 3rd season right now, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but there was a cliffhanger, and I was excited to see that it resolved in this season, and just none of that. Nope. You get this thing with Lena Waithe having a relationship with Alicia, and it's like, okay, cool, I guess, but there's, and it would have been fine with it too, completely fine with it, if it was just funnier. It's just not funny, and I don't know, I'm gonna give this passing grades, but honestly, it wasn't super fun. I don't have much to. I know this show was like relatively well received all around. I don't know about this season, but the first two seasons were like well received, I think, critically. But yeah, Lena Waithe. Played Denise is the character that she's playing, a 37-year-old lesbian, and she's a novelist, and she's in the romantic relationship with Alicia, and that's what whole the whole season's about. And it would be fine if it was just funnier, basically, is my main criticism of it. But I would recommend, yeah, the first two seasons. This one's some Emmys, it won 3 Emmys, I think, for the other 2 seasons, though. The season's pretty new too, I think. Excuse me, but bacon powder? What's up, Stevie? Um, boo doo boo 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 doo. But no, yeah, Aziz Ansari. Say what you will about him. Some people don't like his voice. It's too high pitched. I don't know. I'm being silly. Never mind. Okay. No, but yeah, some people don't like his voice. It's too whiny. I can't really do it, but, and I guess, but it doesn't really bother me at all. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna keep going because we got a lot to talk about today, and I've basically summed up how I feel about this one. It's just too boring. Basically it. And if you want to watch it, sure. I didn't hate it or anything. It just was kind of I wanted more of the actual show, not this moments in love nonsense. But no problems with the core idea of it. Just it could have been funnier, you know. And that's a big note though. So I'm gonna rate this now. 5 out of 10 dogs is what we're going with for that one. But, I didn't hate it. 5 out of 10 is like, it just could have been funnier and it was kind of boring. That's the main thing. It was like it looked nice lighting wise, and I guess it was well written and the acting was all really well done. It was just kind of missing a little oomph or something. The coming out episode of Ellen ruined the show. Well, yeah, the whole Ellen business. Or what are you talking? Oh, with like which show? Because you talking about the sitcom? Because I was thinking of something else. I was thinking about her, talking about how or people coming out about how it was a toxic work environment and stuff, but that's different. You're talking about coming out ruined that show, the sitcom. Right. That's true. This is the truth. But anyway, I'm gonna give this, like I said, 5 out of 10. This season, the show, the other 2 seasons I'll give like 7.5 out of 10 or so. They're like quite good. But yeah, this one kind of just a little boring. Could have been better. Master of None. 5 out of 10. And moving on. What's up? Okay. So, let's just see here. Make sure that I'm up to date with all the drink fluids and whatnot. It looks like the only one done is mine. The sitcom was funny. The coming out episode was important, but then the show got serious about the central character and our new GF, and then that killed the show. That makes sense to me. Hello, folks, just tuning in, by the way. Welcome to Movie Review Monday. Howdy, howdy. This is I know it's called Movie Review Monday, but this is another TV show I'm talking about. I hope that's okay. I hope that's not too misleading for people. I swear we'll be talking about movies soon. But this is The Circle. Let's be honest, it was a trash TV show. The buddy characters I enjoyed before were just gone. Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, I don't know if I think I saw, because I feel like there's two different Ellen sitcoms. There's like the famous one you're talking about, and then there's one that was shorter lived, I think. I think after that she came out, and I think I've seen like that one, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, The Circle, this show, let's look it up. It's pretty dumb, but I can't deny it. I was pretty hooked on it. I watched the whole season 2. I've seen both. But yeah, I watched this season 2 in like 2 days, shamefully. And it's absolute trash, but I couldn't help it. It's definitely a guilty pleasure. But you know, kinda fun, undeniably. If you like trash TV, I'm talking about the one called Ellen. Yeah, the other one, they're all called something like that though. That's the confusing thing. The one I'm thinking of might have been called like The Ellen Show or something. And then there's Ellen the Talk Show. So, you know, it's confusing. But The Circle, it's trash, but it's fun trash. And if you like reality TV, you might like this. If you don't know the basic premise of The Circle, quite basically, you get a whole bunch of people into a building, and they each get their own apartment, and they have this computerized interface all in different screens all throughout the house or their apartment or whatever. And it's the Circle is this social network interface that the game is based around, and you go in and you can be a profile, and you can be whoever you want to be. You can play as yourself, completely honest, but most people do little tweaks, be it you say you're say you're single when you're not single, that kind of thing, or maybe you lie about your pictures, like you put in some hot model or whatever, and it's me or whatever. And that's a fun element of it, the catfishing or whatever. Damn it, Ellen, you textbook narcissist. Well, yeah, I think Ellen might have a few problems, more than one maybe. Just the way I don't want to get into it really right now, but wait, I don't even know how we got talking about Ellen, honestly, but with the way she was treating her staff, pretty terrible, I think. Anyway, yeah, Proud and Nasty, what up? We talking about movies? Well, right now I'm talking about a TV show called The Circle. It's okay. I don't want to get too off topic though, because like I said, this is a really packed, full to the brim movie review Monday. Why are you shouting, Stevie? I'm trying to listen to the booty. Yeah, how dare you? Just kidding. Torque. But back to this show. If you don't know it, it's stupid reality TV. It's sort of like Big Brother, if people know that show. But if the people in Big Brother couldn't actually see each other, and you're just looking at a screen and typing through this interface called The Circle, that's what The Circle is. And there's different games and stuff. Susie Q, yeah, you guys are pals. Hell yeah, everyone's hanging out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. But what does the internet have to say about The Circle? The Circle, sometimes called The Circle US, because it's, I think, originally started in Britain, this show. But now there's like The Circle Brazil and The Circle France. I think Netflix like bought the rights to it, but they didn't like, maybe not, but they didn't buy the rights to the British one, because the British one isn't on Netflix, I noticed. But they're making their own. They're making Brazil, they're making France and US. So yeah, there's 2 seasons so far of this version of the show, this run of the show, whatever you want to call it. And the prize is $100,000, which is pretty good. Some reality shows are like, it's not enough. It seems some of those cooking shows, where it's like you win $10,000, but and I guess it's like every episode they're giving away $10,000, and this is like just at the end you get $100,000, so it's a little different. But still, it's more fun to watch the big money, is the point I'm trying to make. Brazil is the best movie ever. It's pretty great. It's a classic, most would say, I think. Honestly, I kind of, the ending makes me a little sad, but it's an undeniably good ending. But yeah, I don't want to ruin Brazil. We're not talking about Brazil, but it's excellent. I agree completely with Proud and Nasty. The Circle. No one here can remember Brazil. Brazil. Have you seen Bottled Fools / Hello Vader? I don't think so. Hellevator, I feel like is how that's supposed to be pronounced. Now that I'm looking at it again. But no, I'm sorry. I have not, I don't think. But anyways, this show, it's, like I said, I can't really say much else about it other than it's super stupid trash TV, and you only like it if you like this kind of shit. Like me, I can't help it. I have the kind of brain that you're watching this and like, I just want to see who wins. I know that I shouldn't care, but I want to see who wins, and I want to keep binging this trash TV until it's over. Anyways, I really don't know if there's anything else. I think we should just keep plowing through the titles today, because there's a lot to talk about. But yeah, it's a dumb reality show. There's not much else to say. Each at the end they vote off together. That you rank the players without really knowing them. You just sort of guess and rank the players. So it's, it's pretty fucking a shallow game, but that's sort of the point. And the people are even like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't even know these people, and I have to rate them. And then the people who are at the top get to kick out whoever they want, is usually how it goes. But there's twists and turns that I won't spoil, I guess, if you want to watch the show. But that's pretty much all I want to talk about. The Leafs def aren't going to win. Sports! Hockey game, sports. Sports game, hockey. I saw some of it, looked ridiculous. This show, yeah, it's honestly super dumb. Or Hellevator. I don't know what you're talking about. But this show is super dumb. But you're talking about this Hellevator. It's a Japanese horror made on $10,000 budget. It's inspired by Brazil. Well, that sounds interesting for sure. Hellevator, LOL. I think maybe you're talking about Hellevator. Saw some of it, looked ridiculous. Sounds interesting to me. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna rate this one because I don't have much else to say about it other than it's trash TV. If you like trash TV, you might like it. But this is a guilty pleasure for me, but I still undeniably enjoyed it. So here we go. This may be too high, but keep in mind, this is how I feel about it, and I know that this isn't for everybody, but this is my personal feelings. I couldn't stop watching, so I did something right. Here we go. Seven out of 10. Dr. Booty Quiver. soft serve ice cream, true or Flace? Flace. But yeah, 7 out of 10, just because I don't know, it's trash TV, but I couldn't help it. Guilty pleasure, I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10 for The Circle. Shut up, Stevie, I can barely read. Oh, you guys. You guys. Okay, now we're talking about the Friends reunion. Alright. I don't know if people like Friends, but I'm like indifferent about Friends, I guess. But I've seen it all. I was dating someone who their favorite show was Friends. So it was on Netflix, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just put it on. You know, when I don't have something to watch, I'll watch Friends. And honestly, it's not very funny in the beginning. It picks up in the middle of the show, and the end of the show is trash. The last 3 seasons are just bad, I think. I adopted Doug as a little brother. Only I'm allowed to bully him. Only Stevie. No other bullies allowed, says Stevie. You haven't seen it? You haven't seen the reunion or the show? I'm assuming you meant the reunion, but I don't fucking know. It's Dr. Booty Quiver. It's birthday or on Friday. Yeah, oh, it's my birthday on Friday. This is true, and I'm planning to do a stream. I'm gonna do a rap music stream. I'll do some some bonus juglist in the afternoon. I don't know when. It's gonna be loose. It's my birthday. I'm gonna do what I want, but it's gonna be like in the afternoon. On Friday, because it's my birthday. Anyways, Alpha Bully. Yeah, that's what you like to be considered. Yeah, button. Hell yeah. Anyway, back to the Friends reunion. So, like I said, Friends is kind of meh, kind of whatever. It's fine. Like, it's pretty funny in the middle. Some people love it. I don't want to stomp on anybody that loves this show. But you know, I kind of enjoyed the reunion. I like stuff that shows behind the scenes and talk about experiences working on shows and that kind of stuff. So I enjoyed that aspect of it, even though I'm not the biggest Friends fan in the world. I still kind of enjoyed the show, and they made one of the most successful shows of all time. So it's kind of interesting to see the process of how it was made and stuff. I like that. I wonder if there's a Wikipedia page just for the Friends reunion. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, there is one. Someone made a Wikipedia page just for the reunion. Hell yeah. So it's 17 years after the last season aired, I guess. And when I first heard about this, I only watched it back in the day because fuck Seinfeld. Fair enough. I like Seinfeld, but you know, I know you have strong opinions about certain things that are mainstream that you hate, like Mario Kart and Seinfeld. And that's allowed. So, you know, you're allowed to hate Seinfeld, but I'm allowed to think it's pretty good. Anyway, the reunion though. I know you're pissed. Don't be pissed, Stevie. It's okay. But this reunion, it was kind of interesting. James Corden hosted it, which I've only heard people like talk shit about him. I didn't really know enough about him to form an opinion on him. I know he's in the movie Cats, and people make fun of him for that. But I don't know. He was okay. There was some of his delivery of his asking the questions was a little cringy, honestly, but some of it, I laughed genuinely at like one thing he said, I think. So that's more than I can say for some talk show hosts. But, you know, he's not going to win any prizes. I would say even Jimmy, like, Kimmel is better than him. And he's not great. Anyway, the reunion. So you get to see all the friends again. They reunite. It starts off with David Schwimmer walking into the set and being like, oh man, Friends happened. Oh, there's the fucking apartment set. There's the fucking coffee house set. They didn't bring the monkey back. I don't know if the monkey actually apparently the monkey might still be alive because that monkey Marcel was in a David Lynch short film recently. But they didn't bring the monkey back, so maybe they should have brought the monkey back for this reunion, but they talked about the monkey and Marcel, and apparently David Schwimmer like hated working with the monkey, which is kind of a funny thing to hear. Apparently, he like was scratching up on him or something. Oh, I forget what exactly it was. Honestly, was there something with poop? Him throwing poop and it getting in someone's mouth. It might have been something like that. Anyway, David Schwimmer was not a fan of the monkey, is what I'm trying to say. But I liked this reunion to a certain extent. Like it wasn't perfect, but nothing like this is perfect. And I gotta be honest, even though it's a little embarrassing, I cried a little bit just for the part. I am super gushy for this kind of stuff emotionally. When it's just when there's happy feel good moments and stuff, and there's like they're talking to other people all over the world. Of like friends made like helped me through all these tough times and stuff. I know. It's embarrassing, but I'm admitting it. I'm admitting it. They were happy tears though. It wasn't sad tears. It was happy tears, and it was just like I'm that kind of guy. I get emotional easily. And it was like, oh, I don't even have an emotional connection to Friends, but these people did, and it made me emotional. So I don't know. It was kind of dumb, but it was, I think, cute, undeniably. Dougie is a special man. We don't tease him for crying. I appreciate you guys. That's right. There's no shame in them tears. Yeah. Normalize emotions and stuff. It's true. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna say what else the Wikipedia. Actually, I haven't said anything the Wikipedia page says yet. So let's get into the Wikipedia page. Oh yeah, so they bring back some of the people. And it's like for like no time. Like they bring back Gunther for like a second, and he's like on a Zoom call or whatever, and it's like, hey, it's Gunther. They don't really have much to say to him. And Janet comes in for a little bit. Is that her name? The one with the high voice? Oh my god! That character? I think it's Janet or Janice. It's one of those. One of those. It might be Janice. Yeah. You folks would know, probably. I cried everything, LOL, and that's allowed. Doom Patrol made me tear up a couple times, damn it. I feel like I probably honestly did too. I can't honestly remember exactly when. Because I watched, it's a show and it's longer. And I actually had watched it in time for last Movie Review Mondays, so I watched it more than a week ago. But there was too much on the roster, so we didn't put it on. There's a lot on the roster this time, so that is barely an excuse. Anyway, LOL, tease. It's okay. It's allowed. We're allowed to cry. Don't tase me, bro. Please don't tase me. Don't tase Doug for crying either. Oh yeah, G-Berg's in the house. Anyway, the Friends reunion was kind of fun. Like I said, I enjoyed the behind the scenes stuff. They talked about casting. I enjoyed the casting discussion because they went through every friend, and if you will, and explained how they cast them. And the most boring one was like Courtney Cox, like, yeah, she wanted to be Monica, she was gonna be Rachel. That was like her whole story. And then the one that I liked the most was Chandler's. They talked about how they cast Chandler, and he was supposed to be on a show before that was called, like, at the same time they were casting Friends, he was already in a pilot for a show called 2124 about, it's a sitcom about fucking baggage handlers in the future. So like working at an airport in the future, basically, and it seems like a pretty wild premise. They showed a little clip from it, and I was like, fuck, I want to watch that show, but that didn't make it past the pilot stage. Surprise. But So that's how they found. That's how they found Chandler, or Matthew Perry, as his real name is. Stacy, your hair looks gorgeous today. What conditioner do you use? Oh, I hope. Fuck. What do you use, Stacy? Tresemme. Tresemme. Is that one? I hope that's one. Anyway, we gotta. I'm saying that. That's gotta be a thing. Oh my God, same. Okay, cool, nice. Okay, I'm glad we're good. This is good. We've built the universe here. We're doing it. Anyway, Friends, the reunion. It's pretty fucking fine. Like they did what they wanted to do. I didn't hate it. I kind of I enjoyed it. Like I said, it affected my emotions for that one part. It made me cry. So gets a little bit of credit for that. Uh, I didn't really love the Lady Gaga thing. I guess if we want to nitpick, it was fine. I guess, but whatever. Like I don't know. I didn't. I could have done without Lady Gaga, but she's fine. I guess. Um, I've survived the pandemic, but I don't think I'd make it through a Friends reunion. Haven't we all suffered enough? Friends isn't that bad, but I don't love it. It's definitely not for you. I don't think you are the target audience for Friends, Dad. Big surprise. Thinking about bleaching tonight. I think I'm gonna. That's bold, but I believe in you, and you have my support for the bleaching. Go for it, Stevie. Shout out Big Daddy. Thank you, Hugh. Hugh in the house. Hey, Daddy. Anyway, back to the Friends reunion. Hugh may not be able to survive it, but I survived it. And it wasn't that bad. But like I said, yeah, I could have done without the Lady Gaga thing, which he's fine, I guess. And yeah, there's the segments where they have like the cast, they're talking on the set. They think that they did that in the morning, and then at the night they had the big thing with like an audience, and they have everybody talk, and a few people ask them questions and stuff. And that's where James Corden is talking to the friends and interviewing them. And then they also have like the sort of documentary clips where they talk to the creators about how they cast it and stuff, like I mentioned. That was one of my favorite parts. And Jennifer Aniston was also on another show called Muddling Through that actually like aired like 6 episodes or something like that. But obviously Friends won, and I guess they were sort of competing, and whichever show survived was going to get to keep Jennifer Aniston. But Friends obviously won that battle. Is not a licensed proctologist. Don't forget, everybody, I'm not a real doctor. It's just make-believe funny comedy. I hope that doesn't change your opinion on me at all. Anyway, with friends like that, who needs enemas? Good one, Dad. Good one. Okay, but yeah, thanks for being here. I don't know if I have much else to say about this reunion. Honestly, it was fine. We're blowing through these reviews, and that's kind of a good thing. But I watched this on Crave. I didn't talk about how you can watch the other things I reviewed today, but The Circle is on Netflix. And what was the other thing I watched? I forget. Oh, Master of None. It's also on Netflix. That's the other thing I reviewed so far. But yeah, no, this is on Crave if you want to watch it. And HBO Max, I'm assuming too, but HBO Max is in cahoots with Crave, I think. So it's on Crave, but yeah, and I think also Friends is on there too if you want to watch Friends. But yeah, I would have to say the middle of Friends is like the prime, and the first couple of seasons of Friends, it starts to pick up season 3, and like season 3 to like 6 or 7 is pretty good of Friends, and then it starts to drop down 8, 9, 10 of Friends. But you know, still every once in a while I laugh, but it's just there's some of those earlier or like middler seasons I should say are actually pretty funny. The new I already reviewed Master of None. I talked about it being boring. I gave it 5 out of 10 because I think they still hadn't they made what they wanted to make, but it's not. Yeah, it was kind of boring. I'd rather watch Seinfeld. That's fair. Stevie hates Seinfeld. Fuck him with sauerkraut. um, Scandinavian slow TV. I don't know. I think you're just doing a crack at my mom because she's Norwegian. Stop making fun of Brenda. Leave Brenda alone, Dad. Anyway, moving on. Uh, Barely made it through the first episode of Masters of None. Yeah, I watched all five of that new season, and it is boring. I'd rather watch It's Always Sunny in Philly overall. It's excellent. Yeah, it's very funny. I like it. Honestly, I don't think I've seen some of the newest seasons, but I think it's still going, and it's been going since 2005. It's crazy how long it's gone. Scandinavian slow TV is a thing, you wiener. Okay, I don't know what that is. Hugh already knows that I'll be seducing Brenda at his, but I mean, you can't really blame me for thinking that you're making fun of Mom when you mention something about Scandinavia, because you do it all the time. Hugh already knows that I'm seducing Brenda at his funeral because I'm classy. They show people knitting, traveling slowly on a boat, etc. Oh, okay, I didn't know that was a thing. That does sound boring. Okay. The Friends reunion, if they made what they wanted to make, they did a pretty good job of giving the fans what they want, I think. I would never make fun of your mother. I'm so sure. Dad, I'm so sure. Not anyway. The Friends reunion. I think we're gonna move on. She's crushed me with the giant Scandinavian feet. I think you mean she'd. Oh, there it is. I know you're a stickler for the grammar. I knew it was coming. Anyway, let's rate this Friends reunion. Yeah, honestly, this might be too high for folks, but here it is. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. You gave it 0 out of 10. You didn't watch two Stevies. I didn't watch though, and 7.5 might seem too high. No, not 75. 77 point. There's a tiny decimal you can't see. It's there though. 7.5. I know it's not. It's not for everybody, and I enjoyed it almost more than the show maybe because of all the behind the scenes stuff. I enjoy that sort of documentary shit. But, dude, are you serious? Well, and keep in mind the rating is also more towards, like, what people think, like what, more towards the fan base, because I think they delivered what the fans want. You are not the target audience, Dad. Nor am I necessarily. I think this deserves, like, they did a good job. It loses points for James Corden a little bit, and because I didn't love him, honestly, and Lady Gaga and stuff. But they did what they set out to make, and that's my point here. Anyway, Corden sucks. Yeah, he's not the best. But he's not in the whole thing though, right? There's other things that carried this special. Anyway, Reggie Watts is God. I like Reggie Watts. Definitely better than James Corden. And I don't know James Corden that well, but yeah, definitely Reggie Watts is better. Anyway, moving on. Oh, yeah. They set out to suck ass and they succeeded. Good one, Dad. He really is though, Reggie Watts. But yeah, now we're talking about Explain. That's how you roll, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about now, but that's how I roll, I guess, sort of. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. Just because I thought that I was honestly entertained and it made me cry. Like it did something right. Anyway, that was for 7.5 out of 10 dogs for the Friends reunion. Now we're talking about Explained. And I don't know if folks are in the Discord yet, but if people want to join the Discord, I'll put it in there again. I will talk, if people have seen What's on My Chest, the movie or TV show, and they want to talk to me on Discord, they can talk to me on Discord here through the speaker. I'd cry if I had to watch a Friends reunion. Like I said, you are obviously not the demographic, Huey. Hugh's setting up to suck ass. Oh, oh, I get it now. Sorry, yeah. Oh, is it Frozen or just me? I think it's just you. I hope it's just you. You know what? This is a wild thing that I'm trying. I just changed it mildly. It was just mildly unstraight. I think that's a little better. Maybe it's not. Yeah, we're good. Anyway, now we're talking about Explained, so I'm gonna see if this is a documentary series on Netflix. They sort of try to cover everything in little bite-sized, like 20-minute episodes. Like there's an episode about cricket. There's an episode about, or there might be a whole season about something, like a whole season about money, and there's one about cryptocurrency, and one about scamming or whatever. Like that's the season that I just watched, so I might talk about more about that specifically. But I've seen quite a few of these episodes and stuff, so I'll just talk about the series in general. Explain the series. Netflix. I'm just typing it into Wikipedia. See if it can give me any more information that I'm not saying. Yeah, Money Explained. That's the most recent one, I think, and it was pretty interesting. They go through things, and it might be boring to some people, but like, it's, you know, you watch the one if you're interested in that thing. That's the whole point, I think. It says there's a number of 2 seasons, but there's tons of these little, like, seasons or whatever. I guess they're not seasons, but little compilings of episodes about one thing. There's a whole bunch of them, I think. It says there's 30 episodes total. That seems short, because I watched like a bunch of these. I feel like there's more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. But they might have switched it up, because before it was like you watch the show and it's all the episodes listed. But now I feel like they switched up into each one, so on Netflix you can select the season on Money, or you can select the season on whatever. I just donated some shit for some shit. Yay, holy fuck, I just got raided. Holy shit, sing. Quiver booty. That's not singing, but I'll quiver my booty. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, SLXM Reaper. Here we go. I'm gonna quiver my booty, my friend. There's that. You contributed to the challenge. Thank you, Father. To the hip hop clothing change dance challenge. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Go crazy. I'm going pretty crazy, baby. I appreciate so much for the raid. Thank you. Thanks for donating, Father. It works. Hell yeah. Doug, what's up? Explained episode on weed is all right. Yeah, there's a bunch of them, right? And they're all pretty interesting. No teeth in your butt. Yeah, I did that earlier, actually. I started the stream a bit earlier than some. And at the beginning, I was like, I'm going to take my retainer case out of my pocket because Stevie's always saying, get the teeth out of your butt or whatever. My son literally gets paid to shake his ass on the internet. All my dreams have come true. I mean, it's not real money, it's booty bucks, but I can take what I can get. Am I right? Yeah. Alright. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate the raid so much. Thank you. And the quiver booty. Thanks. all. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just making sure I'm up to date with all the redemption. This show though, SLX and Reaper. Hey. Yeah, no, yeah. Thank you so much, SLX and Reaper, for the raid. I did see. Maybe you're not watching right now, so I'll just message you. I did. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. I'm typing it to you in a whisper, just to make sure you see it. Thank you, thank you. I'm fat, cross-dressing stripper. He yells at the government about stripping laws. My parents are super proud. Why wouldn't they be? That was the wrong button. I was gonna click. I was gonna click. Yeah. Anyway, explain. I guess it works though. I don't know. Explained this show. It's cool because there's a bunch of different episodes. I watched the one about money recently, and there's like 5 or 6 episodes about money. And yeah, I learned some shit like I didn't know, so it's interesting. The one about scamming, they like run through step by step, like what makes a pyramid scheme a pyramid scheme, what's the difference between a multi-leveling marketing company and a pyramid scheme. And not much, but a little bit. Basically, if the products you're selling in a multi-level marketing company, if what makes it a MLM as opposed to a pyramid scheme is if you actually are making money from the products and you're not making money from recruiting and building a pyramid. So yeah, that was interesting. And then the Ponzi scheme, I didn't really understand what a Ponzi scheme, and they explain it's on borrowing money. Like if someone gives you money, then you use that money to pay someone else, and it's just a never-ending lending sort of circle. It was interesting to learn all this shit. Anyways, yeah, this was, and there's one on cryptocurrency, like they talk about all these different cryptocurrencies and how some of them were a scam and stuff. I forget what the one that they talk about, but there's also BitConnect that they show, and that was another one. I don't know, it's just interesting, because they explain it. They explain everything pretty well, I think. Maybe some leave out some stuff that they could talk about, but they're pretty good at explaining stuff in these condensed little chunks. I must say, I quite like it. If anyone wants to follow, who hasn't followed, I'd appreciate it. No pressure. I appreciate the raid and everyone dropping in. This is fantastic. Thank you for watching. But this is the Explain series on Netflix, and I don't know if I have much to say about it other than it's like a good documentary series. I enjoyed it. I come back to it every once in a while to have a new compiling of episodes or what have you, and I like that. But yeah, like the Money Explained one, like I learned some shit. They talk about student loans, which was a good one too, because I didn't go. One of the reasons I didn't want to go to college or university here, we don't really have college in Canada to my knowledge, but one of the reasons I didn't do that is because of student debt. It piles up. Almost everybody I know has student debt from student loans, and this explains how broken that system is in a really good way, I think. How it's made is better. Watching factor stuff is good times. Or the old CB show Street Sense. I think I remember those vaguely. How it's made, I don't know if I've actually seen. But yeah, there's lots of shows like this. I don't know. I like this one though. I think it's pretty good. They explain stuff. It's not perfect, I agree. But it's pretty good, I think. And I learned stuff from this, and that's important. But fair enough. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I don't know if I have much else to say. I really appreciate everyone dropping in, though. It's just a pretty decent documentary series, and like I said, there's episodes on like cricket and shit that you might not know anything about, but you might be, maybe I'll watch the episode on cricket. Learn about cricket. Why not? Welcome to the club. Hells to the yeah, baby. Okay, let's give this thing a rating here. Here we go. This is a weird rating, but I stand by it. So yeah, 7.8 out of 10. I liked it. I like this show. It's not perfect, but it's knowledgeable. It's kind of weird rating, but that's what I was feeling. All ratings for me anyway. It's gonna change for almost anything. Like when I think I might have even reviewed the show before, and then you watch it later. You give a different rating. Better than Weird Al? I mean, I guess so. Again, everything's different, and those are two very different things. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is, I learned stuff from this, and I enjoyed it. They're very very different than the Weird Al show, and you say better than Weird Al, but you gotta be more specific. It's the Weird Al show. The Weird Al show. You're making me sound like I hate Weird Al, and I love Weird Al. I just think that the Weird Al show could have been a little better. Anyways, explained. 7.8 out of 10. Here we go. Boom. Ooh, that's it. Okay. Alright, and we're not quite done yet. We're halfway done. That's where we're at. This is a movie, though. We're back to films. I don't think this is the first movie that we're talking about so far. Breaking news in Yuba County. So I'd never heard of this before, and I'm not going to talk about how I watched it, because, maybe I shouldn't talk about how I watched it, just to be safe. That probably gives you a hint to how I watched it, but hey, it was okay. So let's talk about it. Living on a Pun. This is a movie that takes place in the States, I'm guessing. I don't really know exactly, but it feels like California or something. But it's a wordy name. Breaking news in Yuba County. It's the kind of name that's easy to forget, because it's a little long. Like if they should have just called it Yuba or something. I would have remembered that more, because it's Yuba. Just call it Yuba. I don't know. Just easier to remember. Breaking News in Yuba County is a 2021 American comedy drama crime film, directed and co-produced by Tate Taylor. And yeah, this movie was, I thought it was pretty fun, and Wanda Sykes is in it, one of my favorite actors of all time. She's in Pootie Tang. She's behind me as well, yes. Mila Kunis is in this as well. But people seem to hate this online, but I didn't think it was that bad. Too many words make me mad too. Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth. Yeah! But anyway, breaking news in Yuba County. I enjoyed this. The basic plot, let's talk about, and the plot's a little complicated, so I'll try to talk about it as basic as possible. There's a sort of dissatisfied housewife is the main character, and her name's Sue, and her character's name is Sue, I believe, and we see her watching the TV a lot in the beginning of the movie, and it's one of those, it's a show similar to Oprah, where they bring on people that are going through a tough time. In this specific case is that they're bringing people on the show that have a missing child, and they say Emma Rose is missing, and that comes back into it. I'm not going to get into it exactly, but basically this character Sue, her life isn't maybe what she would want it to be. Her husband's cheating on her, which she doesn't realize until she finds out about it, obviously. Like most things, do in the movie. She catches her husband cheating on her. But also people just like they forget her birthday. They sort of don't pay her any mind. They don't they don't seem to respect her, and they sort of just don't act like she's not there, for lack of a better term. But that changes throughout the movie, because her attitude changes throughout the movie. And I guess I will sort of, spoilers I guess sort of, but it's near the beginning of the film, so it's not really spoilers. I'd already sort of said it, but she catches her husband banging a woman in a motel, and he has a heart attack, and we find out that he's wrapped up in some criminal stuff like money laundering. So it's, I'm not gonna get into the exact plot, but it's like convoluted with that, with all the crime and him cheating on her. It's mixed with that, and then she takes this story and takes it to the cops and takes it to the news, and she acts like that the husband has been taken, and she starts sort of lying to get attention. Basically, it's the plot of this. She's lying about something that's not happening. She's twisting it around. But Wanda Sykes, oh my goodness, she made me laugh throughout this movie. She was the best part of this movie. And spoiler alert, she dies in this movie. I'm sorry. Well, actually, I don't know if she actually dies in this movie. She gets shot. Oh, I think she dies. Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, I was really shocked to see that in the movie. I know, it was sad. I really liked her. And she was like making me. It was, to be fair, it's near the end of the movie at least. They don't pull a Godzilla 2014 and kill the most interesting character right at the beginning of the movie at least. Thanks for the warning. Yeah, I guess so. Or spoiler, however you want to look at it. But thanks. Oh, maybe a yak and had a heart attack. I see where you're going with that. But no, I enjoyed this. Let's see what I enjoyed it, but it wasn't perfect. There's like certain things that don't add up, like little consistencies in the plot, continuity, that kind of thing. But it's not as bad as Rotten Tomatoes made it out to be, I think. I don't think it was fair. Just don't think it was fair. Let's see what the premise. So this is the much more basic than I put it. The premise that Wikipedia gives: a woman buries the body of her husband, and after he dies of a heart attack, when caught cheating on her, and struggles to keep it secret. That is well put in one sentence. Sue Buttons, yeah, and Mila Kunis is her sister in this. Oh, yeah, that's one of the things that I'm like, hey, what? Because she gets shot, Mila Kunis gets shot in the leg, and then more stuff happens, and like time passes, and they don't address it. They're like, I just would have wanted the scene where like Sue is like, I'm sorry, Mila Kunis, because it was her fault, and she does say sorry when it happens, but like, I don't know, they just act like it didn't happen later. I wanted them to address it, because it's a big deal getting shot in the leg. Anyway, that was one thing, but yeah, the name is too long, but that's sort of a nitpick. Bridget Everett, she was funny. She's the woman that's cheating with Sue's husband. But yeah, she's quite funny in this. There's a scene like right when she's caught cheating, one of her boobs. So there's a boob in this. There's at least one boob in this movie. There's her boobs hanging out, and she's like crying because someone just died while she was having sex with him. But so it's a pretty traumatic experience. But it's funny because her boobs out, and she's just like, can you put your boob back in? Just the way it was delivered was funny. Boob, yeah, that's right. Let's hear it for boob. Would it be spoiling hardcore logo to give it a literal trigger warning? Trigger warning. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I've been speeding through these reviews. I don't know if I have much to say about this one either. because we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of it. The reviews with G Bergs and Stevie Blunder. Shout out boobs. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Cool person. Check out. I don't know. I don't. It looks like there's not actually a boobs one. Oh no, but it's because you did a space in between the @ symbol and boobs, so I didn't recognize it. But that's okay. Thanks for watching, folks. Though, this is Movie Review Monday. Breaking news in Yuba County. So yeah, that's what it's basically revolving around. Is Sue. The story keeps getting, like, more lies get thrown in, and it gets harder to keep telling these lies. But she just loves the attention, so she keeps telling these stories to the news station. I'm a little drunk and you mentioned boobs. This is true. Remind me of this one. Sounds good. I want to watch. Okay, I'll try to remind you of it. Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. And people seem to. It got like 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's too harsh. I kind of enjoyed it. No, it's kind of a different premise. I don't know if this is based on anything. It might actually be an original script, which is so rare nowadays. So I enjoyed it for that too. And yeah, acting's all pretty good in this. Me and Sweetie watched the Frogtown thing and enjoyed the boobs. Yeah, it's quite fun, ain't it? Roddy Piper, gotta love him. And you gotta love the fact that he's trying to save the world by impregnating women or whatever. That's the basic plot of that movie. But that's that movie. This is this movie. I would recommend this to people who want a sort of just a crime comedy drama. It's done decently well. It's not, it's not perfect, but it actually made me laugh. Like I said, some of the things that aren't perfect are maybe like the plot. Some things just don't add up, and you're like, I don't know if that would actually work like that kind of thing. But it's still fun overall, and I think it got a bad rap. So we didn't like that they had people feeding frog hands. Fair enough. That I didn't really think about that, but now that you mentioned that, that is maybe a bit concerning, after all. But yes, breaking news at Yuba County. I would recommend it to most, but you might not love it. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it generally. Pretty fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could say. This was made 2021. Did this make any money? Box office 67,000. I don't think this made much money because it's really harder for movies to make money right now, I think. Oh yeah, and then speaking of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, we were talking about that earlier. One of the guys who plays the McBoyle twins from that is in the blonder McBoyle twin is in this movie. And yeah, Wanda Sykes is probably my favorite part of the movie. She made me laugh the most consistently throughout the film. Her sort of gag is that she wants to be a part of this crime stuff. The McBoyle brother that I just mentioned is working at her furniture store, and this McBoyle, we used to be a part of crime, I guess. And Wanda Sykes keeps being like, oh, if you ever get back into crime, I'm the one you call, and getting all excited about it and stuff. And he's like, no, you don't want to do it. We can't get into a life of crime. It's too dangerous, kind of thing. But Wanda Sykes is down to clown, so it's funny. Anyway, appreciate people watching. I think I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna rate this. But yeah, I don't know. I like this. It's not perfect, but I think I know what I'm gonna rate it. Here we go. $7.5 out of 10 dogs. Yes, that's right. The same as the Friends reunion, but it's all relative, right? And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this. I think it was pretty good. You rate everything 7.5. Today it seems the direction I'm going, but like I said, ratings they change every time with a new thing too. Um, but like, and if you want, if I'm rating something today, it might be different the next day too. It's just sort of how I'm feeling right now. These ratings are never definite, you know. They're never definite. But you know, sometimes there's only so many ratings you can do. Some of them are gonna be the same. And by the way, no, there's only one other thing that's been 7.5 so far. 7.8, sure, that was another one, but only two 7.5. And I can rate everything 7.5 if I fucking want it. Anyway, moving on, let's go. 7.5 out of 10 for breaking news in Yuba County. Okay, what are we doing? We have three options here. We have Nothing But Trouble. I'm gonna do Brightburn because I don't think Stevie will talk about this one, but G Bergs probably, I think he's still gonna talk to me about this one. So G Bergs, if you're still in the house, I'm gonna go into Discord and gonna friggin' talk to you, man. If you're in the movie talk channel, the Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord, by the way, I'm gonna quickly put it back in there. There it is. And you can talk to movies with me. There he is. Yeah, baby. G-Bergs.
How you doing?
Oh, so good. Let's put your picture up here. Oh, yeah. Stay. Okay, maybe that'll stay. Alright. G-Bergs, you watched Brightburn.
I did.
What'd you think?
It was alright.
It was alright. I would agree with that. I enjoyed it, I would say. It's not perfect, but for the premise, I think they did it decent justice. It wasn't perfect. I'm gonna look it up on Wikipedia. But go ahead with some of your thoughts on it, on Brightburn.
Yeah, it's good. It's the right length the movie should be. It's like 90 minutes exactly, which is perfect.
I would agree with that.
My biggest criticism is kind of like they didn't really develop the kid with the powers. Like I wasn't really on his side as much as I wanted to be. I wanted him to be a more likable kid. He was just kind of like fucking weird from the beginning.
I think that's kind of the point though. Like he's supposed to be evil. But I think I know what you mean though. That you mean like the earlier stages before he starts becoming evil kind of thing? Or what?
Yeah, like his innocence. Yeah. He didn't seem super innocent.
Yeah, there's like one or two scenes, like he has the sort of like one scene flirting with that girl, or like the girl's nice to him or whatever, and there's that, but there's not a lot, and like he's really smart in the classroom, but there's not a lot of that, and it's just pretty quick into it's your 12th birthday, now you're evil, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like Desperado. Are you saying Brightburn? Brightburn is like if Superman was evil. I don't think it's like Desperado. I think I've seen Desperado. Is that fucking Robert Rodriguez? I may have seen that. That's I think in a series, or maybe I'm getting mixed up with something else. Anyway, this is like if Superman was evil. I don't think it's related, but that's the point. They just sort of they could do this without breaking copyright because it's not Superman, it's Brandon Breyer. But it's the exact same setup as Superman, right? You get, I guess it's the same thing. Spaceship crashes to Earth and the baby comes out of it and the baby has superpowers.
And he has kryptonite and everything.
Yeah, this movie's kryptonite. Instead of kryptonite, it's like the metal of the ship, I guess, is the only thing that that can kill him, because they make a point. Roy from The Office is his adopted father in this or whatever, and he's like, the boy's never bled, and you think there's something right with that, and he's got the right idea throughout. Like he catches on to it faster than Elizabeth Banks, and I get it what they're going for. They're like, I want to take care of this kid because he's my kid and I found him in the woods. But he's clearly fucked up at this point. Like, you know that is not good. And they should have had more communication, too. Because when he takes the kid to the woods. I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but whatever. He's taking the kid into the woods for a hunting trip. But obviously, you know, like, hey, he's going to try to kill him because this kid's evil. But he just tries to shoot him in the head, and it's like, you know that he doesn't bleed. It's like, what was your plan here? You're gonna shoot the superhuman in the head that we know that can't bleed. If he would have talked to Elizabeth Banks, and Elizabeth would be like, oh yeah, he cut himself on the ship, so we know that the ship metal can hurt him, and then they could have done something. I don't know. There's little things that I could have been done better, but overall it was still entertaining, and I didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah, sorry.
That was kind of anticlimactic. The whole shooting him, it was like, this is obviously not gonna work.
Yeah, I know exactly, and I was like, what did you think was gonna? I think I even said that out loud. I was like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, it just like pinged off his head or whatever, and then he's like, well, now you're gonna die, Roy from The Office. You had a good run, I guess. Oh, and Badger from Breaking Bad is in this as well as a noteworthy factor. And what do you think of the effects in this, like the gore? I thought it was pretty good. What did you think?
Yeah, it looked good.
It did. Yeah, it looked like real. I think it must be some CGI, but it looked like good CGI.
There was like seven entertainment companies at the beginning of the movie. So.
Oh, they always do that now, though. Pretty much any movie has that almost. But yeah, when Badger dies, the way they do it is so gruesome and it looks so real and good though. His jaw is like open and like flopping around and shit, and it looks so gross but so real and well done. Badger is a babe. Yeah, Badger's like the best character in Breaking Bad. Hot take. But no, I love him. I love Badger. He's hilarious. Good actor. But spoiler, he died. Oh yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Oh, okay, cool. But no, you have anything else I feel like I maybe cut you off, maybe not. G-Berg?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm good pretty much.
Okay, so I have the Wikipedia open. This movie made money. There's talks of a sequel. I don't know if they will make one. I don't think I give a shit. I don't think they should make a sequel. I think it's as fine as a standalone movie. I feel like the sequel's gonna be shittier, and this was just okay. So don't make a sequel. 32.9 million though is the box office. And the box office was 6 to 12 million, or the budget was 6 to 12 million. So they made pretty good chunk of change on this. Elizabeth Banks, like I said, is in this, and she's good. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it starts off the kid's sort of nice, I guess, but then the voice in his head starts coming, and we're supposed to assume that it's like the alien. His alien planet telling him to kill, basically, and he does some creepy shit. Like he flies into that girl's room, and he's just like standing there and makes her computer flip up and down, for some reason, and then he just disappears, and then he ends up like killing her mom and shit and breaking the little girl's hand. There's a few moments in this where I like jumped, where it like got me, and I was like, because it's like quite abrasive and like catches you off guard sometimes. At least it did for me. Ooh, Elizabeth Banks, yeah, she's hot. I am intrigued now. Computer gymnastics begin scan. I swear it's been more than like 1 week. What? What you talk? Oh, shut up. Oh, shit. You subscribe. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm gonna shout you out because that's what people who motherfucking subscribe to my motherfucking shit. Yeah, thank you, Rice Rice Baby. Let's just see. I may have missed some stuff. Congratulations. Yeah, Elizabeth Banks. She's intriguing for sure. Begin scan. I did not sub. It said you did. At tier 1. Well, I don't know. It said you did. So thank you anyway. You have at one point. So there you go. It's an announcement. Oh, it's your 2-month anniversary. Still, it's still. I regret nothing with the air horn and shit. I regret nothing. You deserve it still. Cause it didn't show me last time when you did sub. So consider that a late celebration. I wouldn't bother explaining this to anyone else, but I love you, bud. Oh, I love you too. And I appreciate you explaining it, because I was confused. I mean, if you're looking to sub, yes, I subbed earlier. Yeah, everyone thinks it's a sub when people share the anniversaries. Yeah, I'll do that. But I'm glad we've gotten through it, and we're doing it. We're alive. Anyway, Brightburn, Superman if he was evil. You got more to add, G-Bergs?
Not really. This is just yeah, it's like you said, a couple jump scares, but not too many, and it doesn't rely on them. And
yeah,
when he breaks the little girl's hand, that's a really dramatic scene. It looks really good. It looks fucked up.
Yeah, it got me because I didn't really expect. Well, I guess I kind of did once he started squeezing it, but before that, I didn't really expect it. Cause you're like, oh, he's gonna break her hand. But yeah, go ahead.
The girl's mother was down in his cave at the end too, and she was all like gutted and hanging up.
Oh
so
yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
I wonder what he was doing to her dead body.
That may, yeah. There's right. That's okay. That's who that was at the end. I wasn't sure because they find someone in the barn at the end there. But what I was gonna say is, because there's a scene where Brandon Breyer is coming after that mom, and he makes the light explode into her eye, the glass. Yeah. Oh, that part I was going like, because she was like picking it. It looks so real. She was like picking the eye. Oh, it was so gross. And I was like, why are you doing it like that? Oh, it was just, I didn't like it. I didn't like that part just because it was hard to look at. But it was done well, undeniably.
It looked good, yeah.
It was just really gross. Oh no, we're frozen.
This is basically... No, you're back now.
Okay, it's working.
But it's kind of like a horror movie, this movie.
Yeah, no, honestly. Definitely. That's exactly what it is. That's the route they were going for. And I remember when I saw a trailer for this, and there was a lot of buzz for this movie when it came out, but then after it came out, everyone just started like, meh. But I thought the concept was really cool, and yeah, some things maybe weren't perfect, but I think it still deserves credit. Stevie says they only got audio. I think that might be you though, Stevie, because it's working on our ends, I believe. Yeah, I only got audio too, I guess. Well, yeah, that's not good, but mine's working, so I think it's working. Well, how about you, G-Bergs?
Yeah, mine's working.
Okay, that's good. Mine's working. G-Bergs, you also typed it. Thank you. Brightburn, though, and his name is Brandon Breyer, and he writes, that's his sort of, instead of the Superman insignia, it's these two B's. Like, it's a backwards B and a frontwards B. They're both capitals. They're like, next to each other. It's kind of like a scary-looking butterfly. But he's, like, carving that on everything. Just had to refresh. Good now. Yeah, I had to refresh mine, too, I think. But yeah, and at the end again, I'm gonna do some spoilers. Spoiler alert for the ending of this, because like I said before, the metal is like the kryptonite of this Brandon Breyer. The metal of this ship is the only thing that can hurt or stab him or whatever. And Elizabeth Banks at the end, she's got a shard of this ship, and she's gonna kill. You're hoping he's gonna kill the kid, because that's what you're sort of rooting for. But it's done stupidly. It made me mad, because she comes up, like, behind him, is like hugging him and like trying to get on his good side, but then she like brings her arm up with the shard of metal way up high, and it's like
all the way up.
Yeah. It's like, hey, he's obviously gonna fucking catch it if you bring it up that high. Just do a quick lower stab, like use your brain. But so that made me angry, but it was. I guess that's still sort of a nitpick, but at the same time, it's sort of a major complaint because it's the ending and a pretty big plot point. Oh shit! Now we may have to refresh. We may have to restart after all. We'll see. Is it working for you, G-Bergs?
It stopped. It's going again here.
Is it? I might have to restart.
No, it's frozen.
Oh no! Mine came back.
Okay, I'm just gonna refresh it here.
Hello. I might have to restart.
No, it's frozen.
Oh no! Mine came back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna refresh it.
Okay. Is yours okay now, G-Bergs? What up?
Yeah, I refreshed it and it's good.
The internet, we're powering through. Okay, Brightburn. I think I said, what were we talking about? I think I talked about everything I wanted to say about that subject, though. I forget exactly. I was talking about the logo, but that was earlier. The two bees.
Two bees, and he knew a lot about bees and wasps, so I thought.
Oh yeah, does that have to do with it? I guess, yeah. At the beginning of the movie, he laid down facts about wasps and shit. So
being predators.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe that has something to do with it, the BB thing, and about bees. He knows about bees. So yeah, that's kind of weird, I guess. And yeah, they take him to camp. Oh shit, you redeemed a hoot, my friend. Here we go. You do it too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the bomb. Badger's face gets blown off. Got it. Yeah, that's
It gets smashed on a steering wheel.
Yeah, that's a key point, and that's a pretty gruesome scene, but it looked really good, like realistic. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie, but I didn't love it. There's, like I said, there's problems with it, but generally done pretty good. Some problems, like I said, with the ending. But yeah, the effects overall were pretty good. Some of the editing is maybe a little abrupt, but it's not the worst that I've seen for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I don't know. I'll look at Wikipedia, and if you got anything else you want to add, go ahead.
That's pretty much it for me as well.
Yeah, I think
it's an alright movie. It's a chill.
Yeah, generally like thumbs up, but I'm gonna rate it out of 10 here in a second. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything that's important. The cast. Elizabeth Banks was the most important. We talked about Roy from The Office. David Denman, I guess is his name. And who's Matt Jones? Is Matt Jones Badger?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, Matt Jones is Badger, and then Meredith Hagner is like Badger's girlfriend in this, and the fake Superman's aunt, whatever you want to call him, Brandon Breyer. And she's in a show called Search Party that I've seen the first season of, and it was fine. I didn't really want to watch more of it, but they made 4 seasons of that show. And she's in that. but yeah, there's and okay, one more thing. With the way that like adults deal with this kid, like it's some of it's believable, but some of it's just like, hey, this kid's a fucking dick. But obviously he's a Superman child, so you don't want to fuck with him. But I don't know. Like the scene when he's blowing up. I guess they take him out of the diner. He makes like a big fuss because he gets. Let's talk about this scene real quick. He gets given a gun by Badger for his birthday in a diner, and he the dad Roy is like, no, you can't have the gun. You know, you're 12,
No
which is fair. But the kid's like, give me the fucking gun, and he's like, gets so mad about it. It's like, oh, fuck this kid. But it was kind of funny though.
And then his dad's like, hey, no ice cream.
Yeah, it's like that's all. That's the only repercussion.
We're leaving right now, no ice cream.
Oh yeah, but yeah, about the weird behavior with the kid. They find these weird like drawings and shit, and then they like talk to the aunt that I mentioned, who's also the counselor, and she's just like, oh, so there's some weird jerk off material. Don't even worry about it. Like, yeah, it was next to the Playboys or whatever, but it's some weird fucking shit. I think we should address it a little more than that. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's like the innards of animals and stuff. It's not the normal.
No, it's gross, and it's like, hey, well, no, it's you. Because she's like, oh, I shouldn't be worrying about it. Then it's like, no, you should be worried about it. No, you should be worrying about it. Elizabeth Banks, you are right to be worrying about it. General Thumbs, hello, I am General Thumbs. General Thumbs, salute. Anyway, I think that's it though. Unless, like we've already said that we've had nothing to say, and then I added more. So I think you're good, right, G Bergs?
Yeah, I'm ready to rate it.
Okay, let's do it. I generally liked it. Generally thumbs up. General thumbs up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's a few that are they're sort of this sort of I'm rating in this spectrum today, but that's what I'm sort of feeling for right now. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't perfect. Pretty fun. 6.3, that's fair. Gonna be the whole body in no time. Dr. Booty, Jugless, General Thumb. Okay, here we go. Next movie. And now it's time. It's time for Stevie to join the party because we're doing nothing but trouble. And I got his. Let's see. Stevie, if you want to come talk about this movie, I feel like you do. This is one of your favorite movies, I think. If you don't
I feel like Stevie loves this one.
Yeah. Love a good sci-fi though. I want to watch it, but I don't know the ending, and the kid sound like a deal breaker. That's fair enough. Then maybe it's not for you. But yeah, I kind of liked it. Love a good sci-fi though. Stevie. Stevie, are you there? Don't know if we have Stevie, but that's okay. I feel like they'll come.
Am I here now?
Yes, you are. Hello. Welcome.
All right. I was singing.
Oh, dang it. We missed that.
Or Stevie. The rubble.
It was having a hard time picking up. It's not handling it. Sorry, I didn't hear any of what you just said. Did you say something? Hello? This movie has Dan Aykroyd in it. I'm gonna look it up on Wikipedia. But yeah, this was a huge failure.
It sure does.
Financially, it was a big bomb. But I don't know. I don't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Not. There's a lot of movies called Nothing But Trouble, but this is the 1991 film. You know, not to be confused with the Laurel and
And
Hardy
the others
film.
like
There's one from
they
1918
suck.
and one from 1940 something. But yeah, this is a pretty
Title,
wild.
I guess.
It's a pretty wild movie. But and honestly, some of
You
it
guys can
works.
hear me now, right?
I think so. Can you hear Stevie G Burks?
Yep.
Oh right. Yeah, I think we're good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I loved this movie honestly, but I definitely I kind of liked it. I really liked aspects of it. I can tell why you love it though, Stevie. Partially probably because of Shock G and the Digital Underground's appearance might have something to do with it.
John
With
Candy
Tupac
and
Shakur in
Drake.
there.
Come on.
John Candy and Drake, of course, of course, of course.
The
But
thing is, this came out when I was almost 10 years old, and I watched it when it was fresh, and I always wanted to rewatch it. Could never remember what the hell it was, but then, like, a couple months ago, I decided to seek it out because I was, like, going through a little Shock G obsession,
yeah, of course.
and then he fucking died.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? We gotta dance. We gotta redeem Dance Doctor real quick. Here we go.
Shake it, baby.
Okay, there's the jig. We can get back to talking about movies. I'm gonna read some of the chat though. Love a good sci-fi though. Dance break, there you go. Sounds better this way. I can hear Stevie, hell yeah. Rest in peace to both those legends, absolutely. Shock G and John Candy, absolutely. Never forget. But no, this wasn't his last role, John Candy, but it was towards the end because it's the 90s. And he died in 94, I believe. But
Yeah, isn't this 90 or 91?
91, correct.
Yeah, so he's still got a few left in him.
Yeah, and he did I just found out about the existence of the Camp Candy, his cartoon show that lasted 3 seasons.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about it. I watched a video about it on YouTube because I was like, oh, that's intriguing, and I watched the video. And it ran 3 seasons, so it looked, and like Eugene Levy voiced it and stuff, and so it was cool. It looked cool, yeah. And
I'm not sure about this. Was Candy's last movie Canadian Bacon or Only the Lonely? Do you happen to know?
I don't really know, honestly. I know it's not this though, but
It's not Uncle Buck.
no, that's that's earlier
Yeah.
than this one even, but in Chevy Chase's career, rest in peace to Chevy Chase's career. No kidding. Oh, that was.
He was a dick in this movie. Good job.
Apparently, like his character's a dick in this movie, or he was a
The
dick.
character's a
seems a
dick,
lot like-
but I've also heard that the actor was a total dick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. I also heard that he was mean on set, and I've heard that in
His
general
character's-
about him on multiple sets. Like that's why there was such a big
He's a
fight
diva.
between him and Dan Harmon on Community because they had a big fight, which is nuts. We're not gonna get into that. You were gonna say something a little while ago. I think G Burks. Get cut. I think.
I was just gonna say about Chevy's character in this. It seems a lot like him, honestly.
Yeah.
Seems a lot.
I think he's just
Him with
playing
hair.
himself. Yeah, that feels about right. We should talk
It's a
about
shallow asshole.
And it's not really working for me, but
I don't know. This movie was I didn't love it, but I liked things about it. So let's talk about what the basic plot first of all. Chevy Chase is a rich guy. He's a financial broker or something. I forget what they say exactly.
he
But
makes a financial magazine or
he
something.
works in finance, and Dan Aykroyd keeps being like, "You're a banker," and he's not a banker. But no, he meets Demi Moore at a party, and they are supposed to go. I forget where they're actually supposed to go because they don't end up going to the place they're supposed to go. Where are they supposed to go?
To some house that belongs to her ex. Something about divorce and real
Okay.
estates and assets and shit. You know, rich
It's
people shit.
yeah, okay, right. Because it doesn't matter because they end up going to Vulcanvania, and they there's also two other friends that just are there too. For I
The
guess.
Europeans.
Yeah, sure, yeah,
They're so
sure. But
goofy.
they're just there. They're just there though. I don't really. But that's sort of the joke too, right? Because they don't want them to be there. They just sort of show up, and they purposely say we're gonna do this early in the morning, and then they show up anyway. And they're like, I bet you didn't think we were gonna show up. And Chevy Chase is like, no, not really, or something like
Not
that.
only did we show up, we brought lunch. Now pull over in the countryside.
Right, and then that leads to John Candy being the police officer and chasing them, and they end up going to Vulcanvania and shit, and basically being imprisoned. And there's someone like the things that I like about this is how it looks. Although to
We
I
went balls out on the set. It
all
was so great. I
all
love it. Visually, this
uh,
movie is everything.
some of it's cool, but I can see why people would also say they don't like looking at this movie, because it is grotesque. It's gross. It's purposely supposed to be disgusting and stuff. Um, but and so if I were to compare this to a movie we talked about last week, Monkey Bone, I like the way Monkey Bone looks more than this movie because it's pretty, but this is like dirty. I still like this, but it's like dirty, grungy, gross. It looks like sticky, like the giant baby characters. Um,
Covered in lube.
yeah, exactly. They look gooey.
That's how you make things shiny. Like everything that's shiny in the movies, whether it's like Gremlins or whatever, it's always lube.
Always lube. Let's get into the Chevy drama. Sounds. You want me to get into the Chevy Chase drama? I can get into it real quick.
We have enough lube for the Chevy drama.
Get the Chevy lube. Just kidding. That's a different kind of lube. Anyway, this yeah, we'll talk about it real quick. So on the set of Community, he fought with Dan Harmon, and I think Dan Harmon actually got kicked off the set of Community for a little bit, but then he got brought back for the last season, and Chevy Chase got kicked out, but they could never be on the set at the same time towards the end because they hated each other so much. At least that's to my understanding. So that was all that I was really gonna go into about the Chevy drama. But lube always does the trick. Rice Race baby, on it with the lube remarks. Okay, nothing but trouble. Back to it. So this movie, another thing that falls just a little flat for me is it's all over the place. It's a little hard to follow. It's like what there's certain parts
Oh,
like
it's a fucking disaster. Just Dan Aykroyd was like, I have an idea, give me money.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
he did.
and it's like
And then he made this.
and he wanted, and another funny thing I learned about this movie is that he went to the people, Harold Ramis and I forget the other guy, who helped him write Ghostbusters, but they were both like, yeah, I don't really get it, you should just do it yourself. And so he made this movie, and honestly, at least credit to Dan Aykroyd for doing it, even though it didn't pan out. Respect for following your vision regardless. Um, if people don't get it or like it or
How
not.
many characters did he have to end up playing? Was
I
it
think
two
just
or
two.
three?
I think just two. I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah, he's the judge and one of the babies.
Yeah, that's it. I think he's just
Yeah.
the judge and Bobo
Oh my
specifically.
god, the fucking train set on the dinner table
Yes,
was
it's
ridiculous and I
awesome.
loved it.
That's
And
awesome.
his like animatronic judge station with his groovy organ. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
I wanna live there.
There's cool things. The sets are fantastic and the props are cool and shit. But the most important thing in a movie is story, and they fell flat on that, and that's probably why it lost a lot of people upon its initial release. But maybe he figured if Ghostbusters would work, anything would. Well, that was sort of the belief, right? And John Candy was supposed to be in Ghostbusters, but he turned it down. And so this was him being like, "Oh well, this will be like Ghostbusters, so I should do this one." And this is what happened. So it's fun, and obviously it's hilarious because it's not like Ghostbusters. This is much grosser
Nope.
than Ghostbusters. And I don't know, I laughed
By
like a
far.
little bit in this movie, but I didn't really laugh aloud like that much. Maybe like once or twice. Didn't really keep track, but it
I
was
can't
still
remember many of the jokes, no.
yeah. At the very end, and I should talk real quickly about the fact that the version of this movie that I'm watching was on YouTube, and a lot of the songs were cut out because of copyright claims. So it was a
Yeah, only the important ones.
yeah, and that was kind of annoying. Like I was pissed that the song that Shock G and shit were doing was just nope, you can't hear it because of copyright. Um, but like I get it, and at least I could still watch it. And it was like
But we
most
did get their rendition of the wedding march, which I found great.
yeah, we got like not all the songs
Ta
were
ta the
no
knot,
yeah
ta ta the knot.
yeah no I enjoyed that. And they do have some songs like I said, but yeah, and like some of the dialogue as a result of having to cut some of the songs is also taken out, but I don't think anything too important. Perhaps some of the gags, maybe I would have laughed more if some of the dialogue was intact. I'll never know.
Okay, so the song that was cut out from the scene where Lady John Candy is like teasing Chevy Chase, that was Big Girls Don't Cry
Right, and
for
yeah,
Reasons,
because they play in the version that I'm
Jersey
watching.
Boys.
Yeah, I think something like that. But it was Big Girls Don't Cry. I think yeah, but yeah.
They don't cry.
Yes, we were on point there, both of us.
All right.
It was perfect. But no, I think that was the song. Yeah, they played a little bit of it. So I recognized it. But yeah, then they cut it for like the meat and potatoes of the scene with John Candy doing the strip, and it's like this would be better with the
Yeah.
song playing. But you know, I can't fault the movie for that because that's not the movie. That's YouTube.
Right, it was the upload.
Yeah, exactly. Random, but you should review now Bowfinger. I've seen Bowfinger, but it's been a while. 1 week. A movie about Steve Martin making a terrible movie that doesn't make any sense. So I'm familiar with Bowfinger, and I like
I
it.
love The Jerk. What are you talking about?
And we're not talking about The Jerk, are we? We're talking about
She's
Bowfinger.
making a joke.
Oh,
Made a
terrible.
joke.
Oh, I get it.
Ha, ha, ha.
No, I get it now. Sorry. But no, yeah, no, Bowfinger. Jamie Kennedy's in that too. No, I don't know what you're saying no to, but it's okay. It'll be okay. I don't. I'm slow. But you know what? I might review Bowfinger. Well, if I can watch it, I might watch it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't get it, but it's okay. It is okay. We're gonna get through this. I promise. Nothing but
You're our
trouble.
8th customer today. You have won a free oven mitt.
You have won a free review of Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, right. Back to work.
That was my subtle hint to get back on track.
Right. But it totally gave me Bela Lugosi wrestling Rubber Octopus in the rain, but like with a little more budget.
Mm-hmm.
It was just as fucking convoluted as any Ed Wood flick.
Yeah, they're just like certain things that didn't make sense were like the characters, Demi Moore and Chevy Chase's character, they'd be walking somewhere and then you'd be like, hey, that doesn't make sense. Like, why are they here now all of a sudden? It just didn't, some things just didn't make sense. And like the whole plot is Dan Aykroyd's been keeping people in this mansion or whatever for ages and ages, and like they've been killing some people, I guess, but they let you go if you're Shock G.
He hates bankers because bankers stole his land,
Right,
basically.
right. And it's, I don't know, yeah, it's just something is dumb, and then there's all the different
Also, he's got a dick nose.
yeah, but only sometimes, only for some scenes, and that's weird. And I did notice that though. Yes, it's only for some, like one or two times I noticed it, maybe more. Actually happened, but that's how many times I noticed. But yeah, the makeup effects are good in this, but the problem is that it's
So
gross,
good.
and people I think got grossed out by it, and as a result, it didn't make money. Like the consensus
All
on
right, here's my complaint about the visuals, Doug. The
go.
bone stripper. You see it gobble up people and spit out bones. There's no blood going on.
That is a very good point. I actually thought about that. I was thinking when that happened, where did the blood go? But at the same time, it was kind of, they were going for like a cartoony feel for that. But I agree with you. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think that was a choice so that they would get a lower age rating.
Right, that's probably it. You're probably right. So this movie lost a
Yeah.
lot of money. The budget was $40 million, and the box office was 8.4 million. So, like this, in a way, did slightly better than Monkey Bone because it made about the same in the box office, but the budget was lower than Monkey Bone. But I don't know. I think I like Monkey Bone more than this movie. But I don't
Oh,
know.
Monkey Bone is objectively a better flick.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
I enjoyed it a little more than this, but I didn't hate this. Like I still enjoyed like the visuals. Like there's always something to look at, even if it's gross. There's something, at least somewhat entertaining to look at whether it be a gross hot dog or a bed spinning around, or at the very end when Chevy Chase like runs through the wall like in a cartoon and his silhouettes in the
Yes.
wall. Like I liked, and I actually laughed aloud at the end for that. It's like, ha, it's kind of funny, like a cartoon.
Yeah.
But definitely not perfect. Definitely not a perfect movie, but it's still fun.
I'd say it's better than the Weird Al show, at least.
There you. Well, that's what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know if I'm agreeing with that. I might.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That's more coherent than this. I can follow Weird
I don't
Al.
know. Weird Al was a little dry.
Okay, I agree with that, but this is just more. It's different. They're both very different. Obviously, this is more confusing, and
I'm
shit.
just teasing, man.
No, I know. I'm just trying to get my points across. This is all a fun discussion of film. There's no wrong and no right. There's
Absolutely. No one's gonna call up Weird Al and tell him, "Oh, Doug said that all these shows are better than your show." Ha ha ha. And
no
then he'll like hate you.
no. You're gonna do that.
But if one of us did, that would be pretty fun, because then he'd like have to come here to fight you.
I would love.
Oh shit.
I would love.
Rice Baby called Weird Al.
Oh shit! I just had to
Yep.
go.
Hold on, you.
I already called him and told. Oh no! Oh fuck! Got him. Oh shit! We don't want to start beef. I'm back. Sorry. I had to go watch Chubby Rain. What is that? Really quick. Anyways, got him on speed dial. I'm jealous. But anyways, nothing but trouble. I've said most that I want to say about this. I feel like G Bergs hasn't said that much about it. Do you want to say something, G Bergs?
Honestly, everything you've said about it already is pretty much what I was thinking about the movie. So
Were them '90s kids? We from '94 specifically. Them '94 boys. We're on the same wavelength usually.
I think so.
But yeah,
Hey, I got a
If I could
decade
say
on you
one
guys,
thing-
so it's a totally different nostalgia trip for me. Please don't let me cut you off anymore, G Bergs.
Oh no. I was just gonna say that the set and the visuals of this movie looked really good. Like you could tell the money was there, the production was there, and I thought when they're wheeling on that, there's that cart scene where they're flying through doors and stuff, and like you could just tell the set was big and
Yeah.
fucking gnarly.
yeah,
There's dirt.
money was spent, and like
It's
scene.
Chevy Chase, like he's so forgettable in this, honestly.
Chevy
Like
Chase.
everything I remember about this movie is not him.
No, it's like the effects and shit. It's what you remember, right? Is how.
You know
And
what
Dan
would have been
Aykroyd
great?
being weird as fuck.
Take this one, Nothing But Trouble, and you smash it with Freaked, and you have a really good movie.
Yeah, and I
You're
definitely.
probably right.
I liked Freaked more than this for sure, but it was more coherent. I
Oh,
would.
hey, my face.
Yeah, there it is. Stevie in
Thank
the
you.
house. You're welcome. Yeah, I forgot until now.
There they are.
But here we go. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the shots where it's like at the beginning-ish of the movie, or when they first come to Vulcanvania, which is, by the way, what the movie was supposed to be called, was Vulcanvania, which makes more sense. Because when you hear Nothing But Trouble, you don't
That might have
think
been easier
of
to
this.
remember
Oh shit.
than
I missed what you said there.
Nothing But Trouble.
Why? So yeah, it cut you off completely. I didn't get any of what you said there, unfortunately. Are you still there, anybody?
Stevie.
Not sure who you're talking to.
Stevie, I was talking to you. It cut you off completely. What you were talking for a bit there, I think, and I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay, I'm a little drunk and stoned. I don't remember what I said.
It's okay. Then
It sounded like you were gonna say something about Dan Aykroyd, but it was glitchy.
Oh no, I remember now.
Okay.
Vulcanvania would be a much more memorable title than
Right?
Nothing But Trouble.
I agree.
That's right.
Because it sounds more like they say it a bunch because it's like the town or whatever. Is that what it is? A town is what it, like the area or whatever. I don't really get what
There
Vulcan.
seems to be only one family living there,
Yeah.
but I guess you could call that a town.
Yeah, I guess Vulcanvania is just that house then. So it's weird but that's what it should have been
And
called.
also
though, I
the
think.
fucking junkyard labyrinth that's built around it.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was. That was the other point that I was gonna make. Is this junkyard labyrinth? It just made me think of my, and this is gonna sound bad, but it's honest and much love to my grandma. But it's true too. It looks like their farm property because no big shocker. We talk about this. Our my grandma is a hoarder, so they literally have like, it's not as insane as in this movie, but it's like comparable still. There's like fields of old Buicks and fridges and stoves and old things in my grandma's farmland that's just like sitting there because they can't get rid of anything.
So it's a good signal that crazy lives here, yeah?
Because of hoarding. And God bless my grandma, but it's just something we've had to deal with forever. But that's what it reminded me of these shots. Right away, I'm like, oh my goodness, it looks like Grandma's house. But Robot Stevie in the House, Chubney is the movie that they make. Oh, that's not. Yeah, I do need to watch Bowfinger again because I remember really liking it as a kid. Beep beep. Beep boop boop beep. Sorry, I said beep beep. That's not right. Beep boop boop beep. There you go. Okay.
Beep boop boop beep.
There.
Pretend it's Morse code.
Okay. Boop beep beep boop. Okay, I was responding.
Uh-oh.
I was responding to it there. Okay.
Oh, I see. 100110101110001.
Beep boop beep.
Your mom.
Your mom goes.
I mean
to
your dad.
Your mom goes to college. Your dad goes to university. Okay. Anyway, back to the fucking movie. Nothing But Trouble. I'm running out of shit to say about it. I didn't love this, but I didn't hate it. Is basically my consensus.
I'm right there with you.
You're with me, G-Bergs? Stevie?
Yeah.
You kind of love this movie, right?
I love this movie because nostalgia. I don't think that it's a great movie.
Fair.
Right? You know how you can recognize that this is a piece of shit, but still be,
But you still got love
overjoyed and everything from it. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Make everyone watch like They Live, right?
They Live is good. It's different. Yeah.
But I don't love it because it's a good movie.
Yeah, no, I get that. But are we there? Are we ready to rate? Unless anybody has anything else to add.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Don't be mad, Stevie.
Yeah, please, Stevie.
5 out of
It is
10.
not a good movie.
G Bergs
It
gave it
is not
lower.
a good movie. I am not mad. Don't worry.
You gave it the
Okay.
same as In the Army now. I liked it more than In the Army now. But that's
See,
fair.
that's
I
reassuring.
thought I went 2 on In the Army now, but that's fair.
Oh, maybe you did. I went. Oh wait, maybe we did go 2. Okay, never mind. I take it back then. Slightly better than In the Army
Yeah.
now.
1 notch up for Dan Aykroyd
But yeah,
and
no,
John Candy
that's it. 5
and
out of
Digital
10.
Underground.
It gets the mercy pass from me. I didn't hate it, but I definitely didn't love it. So moving on.
It just hits a lot of my special interest spots, okay?
That's nothing
makes
wrong with
sense.
that. That's fair.
No judgment.
You're allowed to love it. I'm allowed to love Pootie Tang. It's all love. 8 Stevies. Fair
Okay,
enough.
but Pootie Tang is objectively the perfect movie.
Exactly. Well, I can't argue with that.
He just comes out and says it clear as day, respect the women. You can't compete with that.
And he is the sexiest man on God's green earth. I mean, you can't argue with fact. Okay.
Sadate.
Sadate, my damies. Anyways, last thing. Yeah.
Doom Patrol, Doom Patrol.
Doom
Here
Patrol.
we go, it's Doom Patrol.
So yeah, this has been in the making for a while. I've been recommended not only by you, Stevie, but one of my best friends, Dylan Gadden, has told me to watch this show many a times. He's said this, and then you said it, and I was like, okay, more than one person has told me to watch this show. Maybe I should watch this
And
show.
it plays your robot dad, come on.
And Brendan Fraser is a robot dad in it. So there's the plot's super all over the place, sort of, but it's basically a superhero movie with misfit superheroes.
Show.
Superhero show, sorry. With misfit superheroes, very basically. And they have life problems they have to deal with throughout the show that mix with the crime fighting element. Anyway, I'm looking it up on Wikipedia. Stevie, I feel like you're an aficionado on this show, so you want to start it off?
Oh, you know what? I haven't watched any in quite a while, so I'm relying on you guys
That's
because
okay.
you just watched it.
You can't go off memory
So
at
I
all.
remember they were always being mean to the rats, and so because I
Right.
love having pet rats, I had to just pretend that their talking rats are aliens from another planet.
Okay, to get you through
That's how
those
I handle that.
because you love rats. I get you.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the first season is 15 episodes. The second season is 9 episodes. I like that there was less episodes in the second season. I think 15 is a lot of episodes, but they still handled it quite well. They balanced the episodes pretty well throughout the season, I think. And it's this show's pretty crazy. Like there's some crazy shit happens, like a donkey's ass swallowing a town, and people going inside of a donkey's ass, a genderqueer street named Danny that can transport itself anywhere in the world. Some cool weird shit in this show for sure. Let's just talk about the characters, I guess.
Doug?
Hey. What's up? Doug?
You there, Doug?
Did we lose me on here?
No.
Speak up, G-Bergs.
You can't hear me? Are we good? Are we okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Where was Wait, you gonna say something?
Yeah, go.
Doug.
No, you go ahead, Doug. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. No rice baby's saying Doug. Doom Patrol, the characters. So we have, that's what I was gonna say. What we have is, how many of them are there to start? Because Dorothy gets introduced later, so we won't talk about her yet. But there's
Is Cyborg in the first season?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point. So Cyborg, but he's sort of like the second episode. So the first episode, we get introduced to Cliff Steele, who is Brendan Fraser, and he in the 80s he was a famous NASCAR race driver. but he
70s
has
and 80s, yeah.
a car accident, and I don't want. I would try. I'm gonna try to not reveal as much as possible. I'll just say he has a car accident, and leave it vague at that. And they take his brain. This Niles, the scientist character, takes his brain, puts it in a big old robot. Um, and it reminds me of the robot in The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror when they put Homer's brain into a robot. Obviously, it's not the same.
That's similar design.
It's kind of the similar design, though, yeah. But that's what it reminded me of. And yeah, so it's like that's the only part of Brendan Fraser's character.
Although he kind of, in general, looks like Bender.
That's true. A little bit. I totally see that.
There.
And if I could say something about his character, he's a hotshot. He's basically this is basically Ricky Bobby in a Robot Man.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think he's a hotshot.
That like Booster Gold.
Booster Gold. Huh? Boom.
Is Ricky Bobby like Booster Gold?
I don't know.
You guys read comics?
Is that another person?
No, I don't know who Booster Gold is.
Yeah, sorry, that confused me.
All right.
We're 94. We're 94 babies. We don't know stuff. But Doom Patrol. What was I gonna say? Cliff Steele. So yeah, he gets in this accident. Now he's a robot. So a lot of his character arc is like dealing with his being a robot and being his daughter's relationship, because his daughter thinks he's dead. And then we should talk about the other characters. Larry Trainer. And I guess Brendan Fraser's superpower is just like he's a robot and he's strong, right? That's all there is to it. And
he can't feel pain because he can't feel anything.
Yeah, you can't feel anything except for the one episode where they rig up so he can do acid, or LSD, or no, ecstasy, the one time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. But yeah, the other
he
characters.
Gives me iron. He's like the Iron Giant, but he's not that giant. And he's like brass colored. He's like the brass giant.
That's a very good. That's a
very the dwarf brass giant.
That's a very good way of putting it. Deep. Yeah, we're getting deep into it. This is the last title, by the way. This is the 8th thing we're talking about. We usually end around 9, and we're not even. We haven't gotten to the dance yet. We're not close to done yet, really. Oh yeah, Doom Patrol. We're still talking about it. This is a show too. We might talk longer about it than we might talk about a movie.
Larry Trainer. Who was he? The guy from like World War II, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. This is something I want before we get into Larry Trainer. I want to talk about the aging thing, because some of it makes sense. Nobody ages in this show at all, but they show, and like some of it makes sense. Like they explain some of, but some of the. Like, Jane doesn't age at all, and it's like, I don't know. Some of them I don't get. But some of them are explained. Like, the spirit is in Larry Trainer, so he doesn't age. I get that, I guess. But also his face is all gooey and he wears bandages. But he also just doesn't seem like his voice aged or anything. Also. But, and yeah, I like the mix of practical effects and non-practical effects. Because I think... Like Cliff Steele, like Brendan Fraser, that's all. Like, it's a costume, isn't it? Like, I don't think that's CGI, is it?
I don't know for sure.
I feel like it's actually there.
That would be some elaborate puppetry, if you mean like his face and stuff.
Maybe. Well, some like the eyes are for sure CGI, but I thought maybe like some of it was real.
There's another guy that plays Robot Man, so I feel like there's a taller guy, slimmer guy that is in a costume, a practical costume.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I feel like it was real, and it's good. It looks great. I love that, and it didn't look like CGI. Like, because I feel like if he was CGI, you'd be able to tell more.
And Cyborg.
His clothing does look like real clothing, right? Like there's that dullness in the t-shirt that you might not get from CG.
Yeah, no, it looks legit, and like we were talking about, Cyborg's the other character he's part robotic, but again, he's just wearing like metal shit or whatever, and I love that, because Cyborg is also in Justice League, which is another problem I have with the continuity. Because it's supposed to be this universe, and they're not even the same
He was a
person.
Teen Titan, you know.
Okay, I'm not even getting into Teen Titans. I didn't watch any of that. But see, you have to. That's the thing
But
with these
he's
superhero shit.
older than the other teenagers.
Yeah,
So, like,
I don't know.
it's like, okay, in Teen Titans is where Robin transitions into Nightwing. It's this, you know, there's elders mentoring the juniors kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
Cyborg is a super slut, I guess.
Yeah, he's in the Justice League, but a different actor plays him in Justice League, I think. And he's CGI
all CGI in
in
that,
Justice League, and he looks way worse, and he looks way better in this show, I think, the way they did it. Just fucking make it actually there. If you can make it actually there, put it on his face. It looks so much better, and
Yeah, his
big
prosthetics
ups,
look great.
big ups for the show doing that. And yes, there's CGI on the show, but it's usually just done when it's necessary. They don't do it unless they
Like for the
need to do it.
butts.
Yeah, like the butts that can the eat people, or like when there's the spirit in the air and shit like that. It just makes sense to do that in CGI. But yes, you can make Cliff a
Butts are
fucking robot
loose.
suit. It's great.
Dr. Booty Quiver.
Well, sorry, what?
Dr. Booty Quiver, the butts are loose.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a funny part. And I feel I kind of wish they would have done a little more with that, because there's literally just that one scene and the butts are there, and then they talk about
And
it
that dude,
a little later.
that dude fucking caps himself when he finds out the butts are loose. He's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
That was dark.
yeah.
That was awesome.
That's funny.
The guy who
though.
eats Big Macs at meetings.
Right. Oh yeah, there was that whole thing with he's just eating a Big Mac. Yeah, there's lots of
Yeah.
good shit about this show, but we were talking about Larry Trainor. So he was a World War II pilot, but then he died, but he didn't really die because the spirit got into him. This electric spirit or whatever.
He was in an experimental flight, and then he ran into
Okay.
some space. Space energy is what he ran into, and then space
Okay.
energy fused with his spirit.
Yeah, I didn't want to get
Is
too
it
deep
the
into
astral
it.
plane?
I'm trying to keep it vague, but yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, sorry.
No. It's okay. We could. That's not even giving it away. But no, you're right. That explains it. It's what do they call it? The negative spirit, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like the negative spirit is half the energy, but it's also half Larry Trainor. Like that's where they share the memories and shit.
Yeah, and that I like that aspect of it. They have him talking about it, and we find out pretty quick. It's like either the first or second. It's pretty quick that we find out that Larry Trainor's gay, and that he in the 40s he had like a wife and kids, but he also had his secret boyfriend, and so that you find that out through the spirit, or that's just through the flashbacks and shit, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but the villain, Mr. Nobody, played by the guy from Tucker.
Alan Tudyk.
What's his name?
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk? That's his name?
Dude, I'm pretty sure his last name's Tudyk.
I believe you.
Jacob Tudyk?
Jacob Tudyk. No, but I like that. I really like that guy. He's always super good in like everything I've seen him in. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is what I'm thinking of him from.
iRobot.
Oh, he's in iRobot?
He's the robot.
He's the voice? Because he's not.
Yeah.
Because it's a CGI.
And the face is based on his face.
Oh, okay. I would never have guessed that. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool though, kinda. My favorite, real quick, we're going off on a tangent, but my favorite part of iRobot is with the sweet potato pie, when Will Smith's eating the sweet potato pie, and it turns out that the robot actually made it, and his mom didn't make it. He's like, oh, how dare you make me sweet potato pie?
Emotional betrayal.
Oh, I thought that was I still think it's so funny, because it's just being dramatic about pie. But anyways, back to this show.
Okay, come on. How many songs have you written about food?
too many to count or to think about right now.
Yeah.
You gotta make a sweet potato pie song, man.
Sweet potato pie song, maybe on the pedestal. There's lots of things that I'm supposed to write songs about that people have told me to write songs about, and I forget. And then you have to be ready to. You have to have like a riff too, or at least that's how I operate. But I'll put it in the thought bank. Perhaps a sweet potato pie song in the future. Anyway, 39 minutes later, Doom Patrol. We only talked about.
The show was awesome.
It's pretty good. We only talked about two of the main characters. Jane is one of the other ones, and Jane has a bunch of
Does she count as
personalities.
just one character?
Crazy Jane from the comics.
Okay, you guys have read the comics, so I don't know anything. I haven't read the comics.
I just saw that online.
Oh, okay. Stevie,
I did not read any Doom Patrol comics.
Okay, never mind. But still, I didn't know that. That she was called Crazy Jane, but that makes sense. Because she's, I guess, crazy, but not really. She just has 64 different personalities, and each one has a different power. But I don't know. They don't show all of them because there's 64, and I don't think they ever show all of them. But
They've got time.
yeah, exactly. The show's still going. It's not over. They're good. I feel like more is coming. This is popular. They set it up for more after the end of the second season for sure, I think. But
I want to ask, who's your favorite so far?
My favorite character, Brendan Fraser, or the villain in the first season.
Oh no, I meant who's your favorite version of? Who's your favorite Jane?
Oh, of her. Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't understand. But yeah, let me think about it for a second. Because there's Hammerhead, and that's like the hardcore one, and then there's Baby Doll, who's like the little girl, and
Like Karen the asshole.
I like what's the British one?
I like Karen too.
What's the British one's name? Oh yeah, Karen's good. She's the one who wants to marry Doug or whatever.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I like her episode. I guess she's in more than one, but like the one where that's like the plot is she's trying to marry Doug. That was funny. But yeah, there are all these different powers, and then there's Flint or Flit. It's Flit, right?
Flit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she can transport, so she's super handy. They always try to get Flit to make them transport when they get into a pickle or whatever. But my favorite, I didn't answer the question. My favorite, I'm gonna have to go with the British one. Penny, what's her name? Penny Whistle? I don't.
Penny.
We'll call her Penny Whistle or Penny Farthing or something.
I like the British one.
Farthing,
She's sweet. And I like how in her.
I also like the older lady, the psychiatrist. Is it
The
the
secretary.
white streak?
I'm pretty sure it's the secretary.
The white. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
The really smart one who seems to be older than the other ones, and she's got like a white strip of hair in the front.
Oh yeah.
like
and she's like a doctor.
the therapist
She's Dr.
or whatever.
something.
Right. Was
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, but she's really just calculating and manipulative.
Yeah, the one that confronts Mr. Nobody at the end of season 1. And
Right.
she starts talking down to him.
Right. And yeah, so Jane has all these different powers with different personalities, 64 different personalities. So we talked about her, and then Cyborg, we sort of talked about a little bit. We just talked about the effects on him, though. He was in an accident, and I don't want to ruin too much about what actually, because there's some twists and turns in this show, but yeah, Vic or Cyborg was in an accident, and so his dad turned him into this cyborg, basically, and he has like a plasma cannon or whatever they call it in his arm, and he has like a computer system in his brain, which, let's talk about that real quick. I would be so annoyed, like his dad's always like can see everything he's seeing and stuff, and but that's sort of the point. So he like turns it off at some point.
And remark on like parents being real invasive with their kids'
Yeah.
lives and like cyber monitoring, that type
Oh
of
yeah,
shit.
that's totally what it's sort of trying to talk about, I think, and it does a good job of it. But yeah, I'm just saying, if I was
Great.
him, I had to turn it off a while ago, I think, because it's fucking like fuck this guy trying to tell me I can't go hang with the Doom Patrol or whatever. Come on, I need my Brendan Fraser time. Let me hang with with the robot
Right?
man.
With robot dad.
Uh,
Fuck you, science dad.
Robot dad. Thank you for deleting that robot person that just put in something.
Did we accidentally summon it?
Yeah, maybe if we were talking about robots. Um, but yeah, that's enough about Vic, I guess. He wasn't
We haven't talked about the fucking movie star. Come on.
Rita Farr.
right. Oh fuck, you're right. Goo Girl or whatever.
She's so
Elastigirl.
glamorous and gorgeous, and it makes sense to me that she doesn't age because she's elastic.
Yeah, and like I said,
Played by April Bowlby.
that one took me a little bit to accept, but I do get it now. I guess the main one I have problem with is with Jane, with her not aging, but I kind of get it too because of all the. I think it's because of all the different personalities. But it's just crazy that all these people just don't age for different reasons. It's just it's crazy. But I
They're
got
metahumans.
that's sort of the point. Yeah, they're metahumans. That's a
We
good
all
point.
live with a mad scientist, right?
Yeah.
Suspend some disbelief, Doug.
And we got I am, and you have to for this show for sure. But
Stacey, how's it going?
Niles, we should talk about is the scientist that, and I don't want
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy. Is that who that is? He was James
Yeah.
Bond.
Yeah.
He was the one. He was the James Bond that people don't like, right?
Yeah, he was only in one movie, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit! But he's still going. I never saw. I'm not a big James Bond guy, but I just remember people saying that he's good as an actor in this. You like go
Connery
through.
or nothing.
What's that?
Connery or nothing.
Palmery or nothing?
Connery.
Connery!
Oh God! Yeah, it
I'm gonna
like.
slap you.
But it was. I swear it was the speaker though. It was like not giving me clearly what you said, but yeah.
I love Sean
Okay.
Connery.
Thank you. Yeah, Connery's dope. Obviously, I would say he's probably no, I take it back. Pierce Brosnan was my personal favorite, but Connery would be second. I just think Pierce Brosnan looks the most like him in my brain. Like when I think of James Bond in my brain, I think of Pierce Brosnan. So that's the only reason.
That's fair.
But back to the show. So I like this show.
Far.
Rita Farr was a big movie star.
She's yes, she was, and in the 50s or whatever, and they show how she was sort of like a bad person before, because she was like, there was what was the guy's job on the movie set that had the stubby arm that she didn't like? He was like a key grip or something, and she didn't like the way he looked because he didn't have his arm, and that's sort of being like, don't be a dick. I feel like the show is showing you, or else you get turned into a goo girl.
Turn into goo girl around dick.
Yeah, and it's interesting how that works too, because she has this power or a curse, however you look at it, because her skin goes all goopy and stuff when she basically is either sad or depressed or like starts thinking. To my understanding, like she gets in her own head and she gets goopy. It's sort of supposed to be like her self-esteem, I think. When, correct me if I'm
Does it
wrong.
not also get triggered by her being like excited and happy? Or am I misremembering?
Maybe you're right, but I feel like for the most part, it's like when people tell her she's shit or whatever, she gets goopy.
She gets stressed out.
Yeah, she gets stressed. I think that's what it is, mainly. But maybe anxious a little bit. It could be a couple times. That's quite possible. But yeah, it's good though. The power. She ends. There's scenes with her like learning how to control it and stuff. She starts off with not really knowing how. But one part of the show, she does it real good. She like stretches out and hits the target. I forget what. But then later on in the show, she's like, "Oh, I can't do it now," and she have to learn it all again. I was like, "But you did it good that one time." I was thinking, I was like, "Why can't you just do it good again?" But that's a very minor thing. But I did think about
She's
that.
afraid of failure because when she fails, she turns into a puddle, and it takes like 600 pounds of mashed potatoes to become human shaped again.
Yeah, and that totally makes sense with the like her stressing out. But just I feel like some of like the way it was showed could have been improved slightly. The way that the gradual increasing of improvement of her controlling her powers, I feel like is a little up and down, just a little bit. But that's a very minor note. Is still pretty good. And then we talked about Niles, the scientist. We gotta talk about Dorothy sort of. Now this is sort of second season, but before
we gotta talk about Flex.
Oh, we will. Okay, that's a good point. I really like him.
Flex is in season 1, and he's probably my favorite.
Flex Mentallo, I like this. Yeah.
He's bonkers when they found him, right?
Yeah. He was in the what do they call that place? What do they call that place?
The Ant Farm.
The Ant Farm, and they have all these different super powered people, or the Bureau of Normalcy, right? And the idea is that they're sort of trying to protect all that is normal and get weird, super powered people and imprison them, basically. And Flex Mentallo is one of the guys they have in here. And he's this muscular dude. Before he was in prison, let's just talk about his powers. He's this muscular dude that can control things with his muscles and his mind, I guess. He flexes his muscles and then thinks about something and then moves it, to what I understand. And there's one part where he makes everybody orgasm because he flexes a certain way by accident.
He's just got magic muscles.
Yeah, he's got magic muscles. I thought that was really cool because it's a really original power that you've never really, I don't think you've ever seen. I've never seen before. I liked it. But back to Niles, because he was banging. I want to talk about him banging the bearded lady in the north.
Such a hairy lady.
Where are they? Alaska. He's banging the hairy
Yukon.
lady. In the Yukon, right? And
in Canada.
And end up having a daughter called Dorothy, and this is season 2 stuff, so I won't go too much into that. But season 1 though, let's talk about Mr. Nobody. I like the villain, but there was some stuff a little confusing with the villain's voice, because he's voiceover in it, and that's cool. He's like sort of breaking the fourth wall a lot, which is cool too. But there's another character, Ezekiel the cockroach. And I thought they were the same character for the first little bit. But then it's like, oh, they're not the same. They're completely different, actually. But they have similar voices. And they ended up being like a team at the end. But it was just a little confusing because their voices were similar. And they were both voiceover in it for a little bit. But minor note. I've been talking for a bit. Stevie, you got stuff to add?
Oh man, I've been interjecting a bunch. Are you all caught up then? You're current? It's waiting for what happens next?
I'm only like halfway through season 2 right now.
Oh shit! I can't talk about anything towards the end of season 2 then. I don't think I've spoiled anything.
I think it's probably been a year since I last watched any or more. So, memories, right? And I'm just trying to remember who it was who was trying to team up and like start superheroing. But that's maybe G-Bergs ain't there yet. I really liked how there was like a 60s homage with their planning about how they would go about.
Uh,
Ringing a bell, Doug?
maybe. Do you mean when they have the little like TV show clips, like they pretend like characters
Yes.
are from a TV show?
Pretty sure it was Elastigirl and Cyborg.
Okay, there was a few. They did a few different ones, a few different show styles. The one that I remember the most was like the Starsky and Hutch one. That one made me laugh the most because it was like Steel and Stone, because Vic Stone and Cliff Steele, and it was like a Starsky and
That
Hutch
might have been
parody.
it.
That was the well. There was also one with Cyborg and Rita though, but it was like the
Yeah.
Avengers, not the superhero Avengers, but the old like crime Avengers show. If British crime show, if anyone knows that, I don't know it that well, but I know that that's what they were
Looked
parodying.
real slick and real 60s,
Yeah,
and
that was
I
that's
would
the one you
tickle.
were. I think that's the one you were thinking of. Yeah, because they were doing a
Yeah,
parody of
they
that.
camp it way up. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I enjoyed those, and I think they were worked in well. It didn't feel forced. It was pretty good. Um,
I love how Robot Dad is so protective of Jane and how he's
yeah,
basically dad to the whole crew.
yeah, he's good. His character is pretty wholesome, honestly. Obviously, he's a dick before, but that's the whole point
That's
of the
fair,
show.
but
He's not he
it's
wasn't
not
wholesome.
soulless.
He wasn't
That's
wholesome.
important.
Yes, he wasn't wholesome before, but he's learned from his mistakes, and now he's trying to be a better guy. And even though it might,
And
sorry, go ahead.
well, you meet his dad in one scene, and then you
Right.
realize, a lot of his attitude is like, okay, it's kind of justified. And compared to his dad, he's really not that much of an asshole,
No, yeah,
even though
exactly.
he appears like one.
Yeah, and he fucks up a lot, obviously, and but he recognizes his
He keeps
mistakes.
trying.
Exactly, that's what's the most important. What was I gonna say? But yeah, Cliff steals the robot.
I
uh,
enjoy Danny the Street and the
oh
shenanigans that happen there.
yeah, Danny.
Pretty sure that Danny itself came when Flex did his thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Everyone was coming except for Cliff because he's a robot and he can't feel anything.
Yeah,
flex the wrong muscle.
Yeah, that was funny. Honestly, I enjoyed that part.
it
Uh,
was so good.
and then they reference it later. I don't know if you're there yet, but maybe spoilers, sort of, in the
That's
second.
season one stuff.
Well, I'm gonna talk about second season. That's why
Comes up
I'm
again.
warning.
He kind of becomes a whore.
It comes up again, and Rita's like, "Remember that thing you did back in Danny?" And
Yeah, she wants
you
you to
saw
get it.
that? You did see that part?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
it
she
was
makes
funny.
him her whore. Way to go, Rita.
Yeah, sort of. I'm kind
and
of
he
like,
gets none. He has to face the wall.
yeah, and I was kind of thinking
Yeah,
like, man, Flex, you shouldn't have to put up with this. I remember kind of thinking that, but it was funny though still, and
though, you know?
and at the same time, it's like you get it, girl, you get it, Rita. At the same time,
Yeah,
Just throwing her no.
but
yeah.
one of the
See,
funny,
she doesn't want to get attached or whatever, you know? She wants
yeah,
to keep it casual. She doesn't want to look him in the eye.
yeah, no, exactly. And one of the funny lines, Brendan Fraser says it later, and like, are we just gonna ignore the fact that Rita's G spot almost killed the entire world, or something like that? And it was like, that's a good line. Oh yeah, and the sex. What are they called? The sex. The people who are sex experts.
Oh, the sex
Sex
ghosts.
The
patrol.
sex men. The sex men. They say. Um,
X-Men.
Jesus, I forgot all about the sex ghosts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Thank
they
you.
just and they keep
Oh,
reoccurring. Like every once in a while, like you kind of forget that the sex ghost episode happens, and then you'll just see like ghost
oh.
fucking in the corner, and you're like, oh yeah, they're still there, I guess. And that's kind of funny too.
This
Uh,
show is so weird. It's awesome.
it's definitely not boring, and it might be like some
I
things
think
like I
it's
don't.
family friendly.
Not all of it.
Nope.
I don't think it's family
It's,
friendly. There's a lot of swearing, and
look,
there is
there's
technically
a lot of
boobs.
swearing and shit, but it's something that like parents might want to watch with their kids. Say,
Yeah,
hey, this is funny. You're allowed to watch this with me.
maybe, yeah. That's fair for some. Like my dad would maybe have watched this with me back in the day, perhaps. But there's
I think you'd
boobs.
enjoy it now.
There's boobs technically in this because of the sex ghosts. But
Yeah.
it's not
Ghost
super.
boobs.
Yeah, ghost boobs.
There's both. Come on.
It's not super like in your face though. It's but
Yeah.
there are boobs. So that's noteworthy, I would say.
And plenty of moaning.
Plenty of moaning indeed. I'm trying to think of stuff that I don't want to leave out. But yeah, Mr. Nobody's really good villain though. I did like him for the first season. And then they say
All the performances are good.
yeah, all the performances are good. He was one of my favorites though. And then the second season they talk about like where's Mr. Nobody
Really good casting all around.
and then like he's in another show and apparently maybe he is in another show, like another DC show. I don't know, but it's possible, right?
Was a crossover episode with Titans.
Oh, like Titans did an episode. Maybe I should watch that show then. But I never watched like the cartoon that it's based on or anything, and so I don't
Oh,
know.
you don't need to.
Okay, well maybe that's okay.
Darker. Dick is definitely throwing shade at Batman.
We shall see. There's just so many superhero things, and they're all connected, and you have to watch them all to get them all.
No, I understand. I'm so glad you did watch Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I am too. Oh shit! I missed a fucking follow. Grim Eric, you're probably gone now, but thank you, Grim Eric, for the follow. I'm sorry I missed it, buddy. I don't. You're probably not here anymore, but thank you so much. Appreciate it, Grim Eric. Anyway, Doom Patrol. I'm running out of steam on what to say about it. G-Bergs, anything else?
Also running out of steam. I did mention that the performances are really good. The lady that plays Jane and all the other characters, she really kills it.
Because she's playing all these characters too, so that's just a lot of just good acting there, and because you can feel it once you start to get a sense for who these characters are. You're like, okay, now she's Hammerhead, or okay, now she's the British one, or whatever, and
Yeah.
I like that.
And the show has a lot of heart as well. Like there's a lot of weirdness and big, wacky stuff, but there's a lot of heart going on too.
No, it's well done. I think they know their audience, and it's good. With having the superheroes with problems, it's good. They didn't invent that sort of idea. I feel like Marvel started the superhero with the problems thing. That was actually like their slogan. Was like, because think about and hear me out. Think about other DC superheroes.
Hulk, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Yeah,
he has a problem with anger.
Yeah, and like
Get it.
whatever, love interest issues, whatever with other characters. But in another DC character, you think like Superman and yeah, sure, there might be a little bit thing with Lois Lane, but for the most part, he doesn't have many problems other than fighting Lex Luthor.
Superman is in love with Batman.
Yeah, well, let's see that fucking movie. We've seen Batman vs Superman. Now let's watch Batman
He's always
fuck
killing his
Superman.
girlfriends, but he never told Batman.
I'd rather watch Batman fuck Superman than Batman vs Superman. I said it. Hot take.
The show gives major X-Men
Striking
vibes.
Vipers.
Striking Vipers. Sorry, what did you say, G-Bergs?
I said it's major X-Men vibes, this show.
Yeah, okay, yeah, totally. Because it's like mutants and freaks. I would say this has
And
more...
a British dude in a wheelchair.
Oh, that is a very good point. I didn't really think about
Running around a
that.
mansion.
But yeah, like the Professor Xavier kind of thing. I mean, Niles doesn't have powers.
Oh, Pickle Man.
Pickle Man's back. We're still doing this because it's fucking Monday, bitches.
Because it takes a full hour to talk about Doom Patrol.
Well, also 7 other titles, so that'll do it. But I forgot the lights, so let's
That's how
do
we're
the
getting to
lights.
3 hours, but Doom Patrol itself needs a whole hour.
Yeah, we're almost at 3 hours. This is like the longest movie review Monday of all time. Tried an
But it's a
Oreo.
party.
Oh yeah, no complaints. I'm having a blast. This is awesome. Um, Oreo in ketchup. Holy fuck. But are you proud of it, even though it was nasty? Yeah, you got. That was terrible. It was shameful. No. Fair enough.
Adam.
Okay, but back to Doom Patrol. I really, my favorite thing about this whole show is probably that it mixes the CGI and the practical effects, because we need more of that. I think, because there's just too much relying on
That's why we
CGI.
love Monkey Bone.
And that's why I love Monkey Bone as part of the. I like the mixture of all the effects. I love mixing CGI and practical effects is the way. This is the way, to quote Ugandan Knuckles. But yeah, I quite enjoyed this show.
Rubber octopus.
Rubber octopuses, real practical robot suits. You know, that's the kind of shit. Makeup effects like on Dorothy, the monkey girl or whatever. I love that shit. I love it. I love it. I love it. But like I've said, there's some very minor things I had problems with the show, but overall pretty fucking good, I'd say. Stevie, we got more to say. Are we gonna wrap it up soon?
I don't think I have anything left. No,
Yeah, and
I don't want to
yeah.
spoil any more for anyone else who might be watching.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. I don't want to ruin
Looking
anything.
forward to what else is coming.
Yeah.
And I know that there was that crossover episode with Titans, so
Yes.
of course I'm gonna recommend you watch Titans.
Yes, and maybe I will. We'll see. We shall see, one thing at a time. For next week already, I've watched some shit. So next week I'll be talking about Superstore, and I know I've reviewed it. I know I've reviewed it before, but I've watched the last season, so we can talk about the whole show now. And as well as Nobody, I watched with Bob Odenkirk. So that's so far for next week are those titles. 8.4 Stevies. Without makeup effects, I'm a monkey girl. Oh, you're cute, and you know it. We're all monkey girls down in the
Michael
heart.
is super cute.
Dorothy's cute. I think so.
I said Michael is cute.
Michael's
Pickle Man.
cute. I agree with that too. I honestly I think he's sexy, but that's just me. 8.5 out of 10 Bergs. I'm gonna give it pretty. Okay, now I feel bad, but it's not gonna be much lower than that, but a little lower. Here we go. I know, but it's still pretty good. I liked it a lot. 8 out of 10. We're all in the same ballpark. It's okay. This is acceptable.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I could say one
7.5
about it.
Proud and Nasty. Have you seen this show? So yeah, go ahead, G Bergs.
For anybody who hasn't seen the show, if you're not into DC shows, because a lot of them are kind of lame that are on TV.
That's why I was skeptical. Yeah.
And if you're not super into the DC movies and stuff, give this show a try. It's probably the best DC product I've seen in a while.
I would say this may be the best DC thing that I've seen. I really like Shazam too. The movie Shazam was good.
For TV, it's easily the best I've seen from DC.
I think you're right, probably.
I'm
Although
a
I haven't
DC
watched
fan,
anything.
so I'm gonna like it anyways.
That's very fair, and I know people who are huge fans of DC, like Dylan Gatton, the person who suggested this. But no, yeah, I agree with G Bergs about what he said there. That this is on the higher level of DC shit. I'd say I yell at the wrong time at ball games. That's allowed. Okay, I think that's it though. I think.
Thanks for having me on, Doug.
Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Goodbye. I'm 8 out of 10 for this one. We're not quite done yet. I'm gonna dance, but.
All right, logging out.
Okay, take care, Stevie. Thank you. All right, and that's that. And if anyone wants to join the Discord, I'll put it again in here. I went to the dispensary and back, and you guys are still going. Yeah, this was a long one. We were talking about Doom Patrol. It's not over yet, though, Rice. I'm gonna do my spiel. If people want to support the stream, it's much appreciated. There's so many ways. Obviously, the tips, PayPal, DougEyecatcher@gmail.com in the corner of the screen. If you want to support me on PayPal, in the About section, there's the Patreon. If you want to be a patron, you get some exclusive content. However much you donate per month, that helps the most, but it all helps, as well as the donate link. And yes, it's dancing time. I'll be dancing very soon, I promise. There's also a bunch of other links like YouTube, Instagram, that kind of stuff. If people want to check out my Brazilian music reactions on YouTube, they should. Thank you very much for watching. And if you want to support the stream, but you can't financially support the stream, but you still want to help, please consider just sharing it, telling people about it on social media, being like, this booty guy is wacky, and he dances, and he's crazy, and he's sexy. That kind of thing helps more than you think, telling people to follow, and if you haven't already on social media. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Hey, yeah, you done good, kid, you done good. Thank you. Anyway, it's dancing time. Thanks for watching. Let's get... He shoots, he scores. Let's get to going here. I'm going to be moving the camera. So here's the warning that I'm going to move the camera to get into dance mode. No, I warned you. You could have looked away, Stevie. Please don't projectile vomit. Okay. What's up? Who you rating? I don't know yet. We'll see. Boo, need a suggestion. If you really want to suggest someone, you can. If not, I will. Well, I got somebody here. But for now, it's dancing time. So let's start with this. Let's dance.